I've got to go. No, don't go.
Oh, bye.
Steve said go. I just got here.
Yeah, it's mostly the last Saturday of the month, apart from those odd months with 5 Saturdays in them.
Yeah, I'm just
that's fair.
controlling the panel, Jez. It just won't be a minute. They'll finish their conversation off eventually.
You don't mind us.
Yeah, yeah, don't mind us. Yeah.
He could just mute us all, couldn't he?
Well, we were all
Yeah,
muted. That's what they said. Muted, no sound.
yeah, but I could unmute us.
No, I mean, Terry could literally cut the sound from
Yeah,
the Zoom meeting and just talk to the without
yeah,
them
like
being
this.
there.
You watch this. See, they can see, or they can't. Oh, they can hear you now.
Oh dear.
Now all we're waiting for is, has Paul got enough power to get the clue out? That's the question of the day.
Oh dear.
All I
Well, he
can
was a
make out is
forerunner of
J hyphen B L. And you said
was
you know what it is,
forerunner of
Farmer.
Hmm.
Okay.
he was a forerunner of the theory of evolution, but his theory wasn't right.
Okay. His theory wasn't right. I
No.
only know Darwin. That's not.
Ah, well, there were others.
Oh.
This chap was one of them.
Clive's got a guess out there. Jean Baptiste Lamarck.
Well, Jean Baptiste.
That's Jean. It says Jean. That's Jean.
Might say Jean, but that's not how it's pronounced.
It's bloody French.
He's a bleeding frog, isn't he?
Parlez-vous français, mademoiselle?
No.
That's all I know. Oh,
Do you
monsieur.
speak
Oh,
English?
monsieur.
No.
Oh, monsieur.
Yeah, Clive got it right.
Oh, okay.
It was the Jean Baptiste that gave it away.
Jean
How many Jean
Baptiste, yeah.
Baptiste do I know? Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah.
There's a Jean-Luc.
No, there's no P.
What, and he's number one?
Hmm.
T.
Yeah,
Earl Grey.
what's happening with that series? I watched the last episode and I'm waiting for the new season.
New season of what?
John Luke.
Oh, Picard?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay, so now we've had the second season. How long do you think it's going to take them to film the next one?
Well, I binge
His
watched
name actually was. His name actually wasn't Jean Baptiste Lamarck. It was actually Jean Baptiste Pierre Antoine de Monet Chevalier de Lamarck.
Oh, that's just being greedy.
Oh, why didn't you write that
Yeah.
down in your clue?
Right. Look, I think we should be thankful that he's gotten this far.
I know I watched the AB1 one as well. I think I've caught up with that.
I watched the last one of them this morning and thought, oh,
Oh? Oh?
oh.
No spoilers?
I'm not going to spoil it for anybody. It's bloody boring.
Mm.
The whole series has just been, is this it? Is this the best you could do?
Well, they're filling
I
in
know-
the gaps that we don't see from the movie side of it.
Yeah. And no, I know, Dora, that Picard isn't number one. That's why I said Picard and his number one, who always comes in and raises 1 foot up on something, always likes to lean on his knee. Just imagine that going through life knowing that you're a number one. Oh, it could be worse. It could be a number two. But
Yes, we all know about number ones and number twos.
yeah, this whole Obi-Wan thing is just. I just thought it was dull and dreary. Just
Yeah, well, if you, I don't. Oh, no, I can't really say anything. People out there might not have seen it
No,
yet,
no,
so I
no.
can't
But
say
it's
anything.
just, you know,
Oh, there
it's
was just
just
a couple of bits in it that I tried to figure out. Yeah, did that? Yeah, like this person, did this person know this person at that age? I knew of them. Didn't pick up on that in the recent one. In the
yeah, because it's difficult because everything's been established in films years ago, and now they're trying to go back and redo it, but without trying not to retcon everything.
yeah, yeah.
Although they've already done that to some degree, because I can't remember whether it's Star Wars or it was Empire, when Princess Leia is going on about she'd got vague memories of her mother. Yeah, her real mother. How could she?
Yeah, she was only when she was a baby. She was taken away.
Yeah, she'd just been born, literally. How could she have any memories of her mother? She couldn't.
Yeah.
So there is problems when you do something and then 20 years later you think, oh, I'll go back and do prequels and things, and you think, oh shit, now what can I write about? What can I include?
You watched the new Star Trek one?
Oh, I'm loving that. Was it Strange New Worlds?
Yeah.
That's superb. Yeah.
It seems
Oh,
to be
like
action.
this one.
There seems to be a lot of action in it each episode, which is good.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think that's what they were trying to do, trying to go back to a lot of the old Star Trek stuff, because there was always sort of lots of action and fisticuffs, and I mean that latest episode was a bit odd, but yeah, no, I'm loving that.
I think I need to find somewhere to stream that from for free, because aren't Amazon charging extra to watch it?
I will send you a PM with a link to the site I use. And it's all free. Where are you? There you are. Try that, mate. That's the one I use.
Hey, a DM from Farmer's Boy with a link that is safe to click.
Look, it was late at night. I was watching telly and I saw something from Fred and thought, oh, yeah. Oh, Bing, what's that? Oh, shit. Too late.
Well, they got Fred twice, didn't they?
Yeah. So I was then having to go through and sort of try and delete all these bloody invites and links, and people are DMing me and go, what's this crap? Oh, don't click on it,
I'm just showing the peanuts about the story earlier when I went down to Gems. The GIF that you put in Discord.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Kilo.
And I seen Paul and her blue down in there already, and I'm going, okay.
Hey, conversation come round to what one would do in the zombie apocalypse, and somebody suggested an SMG, and I went, nah, because my experience of an SMG is the L2A3 Sterling.
Yeah.
Who really wants to be an Imperial Stormtrooper?
Yeah.
Rodin's watching the Orville. I couldn't really click with that show.
No, I've been watching that from the start, the Orville. I do
like
that.
But yeah, I've been watching it from the start, but I don't know.
They never intended it, because I think when it first came out, people thought, "Oh, this is a Star Trek parody." It is a bit, but it's more a homage to Star Trek. They're doing it in honor of. I do enjoy that as well. I think that's a bloody good series.
And I have heard that a lot of people think it's actually better than a lot of the new Star Trek stuff that's been.
Yeah. In some respects, it is. Yeah, because I've been trying to watch. What's that other bloody Star Trek one? Hang on, let me go back to our website because I got it saved as a favourite.
Discovery.
So what's it? Yeah, Star Trek Discovery. I'm struggling to get through the latest series of that because it's just. Oh. It's like, let's take all the boring bits from Star Trek and just lump it together in this. Yeah. Oh, God. No, I'm really struggling with that. I liked it to begin with. The first series I thought was brilliant, but it's like, oh, God. Going downhill. Oh, man.
Who was I
I
watching?
suppose I can
a
take
debate
Obi-Wan
with?
out of my favourites.
I was watching a debate with MC Toon the other day. Who was it?
Oh, we did a couple, didn't he, the other day?
Just grab Lindsay's thing for now. Get that out of the road, and then I'll try to find the MC Toon one.
Trekkies are the biggest nerds ever. Oh, I don't know.
Oh, come on, if you want to be a real nerd and you want a British attempt at Star Trek, what have you got? That's not a comedy.
Oh, that's not a comedy. You got me beat on that one.
You might have to go back a bit.
Yeah?
Yeah, you would have to go back a bit.
Are we going back as far as, I don't know, Blake 7?
Yeah, I think so.
That was dark. I mean, that was dark, especially when it came out. I was only a young lad. I mean, I don't know, 9, 10, 11, something like that. And you'd used to Doctor Who, and there was always happy endings and everything else. And then Blake 7 was just dark. Brilliant. I loved it. Absolutely brilliant. But
yeah,
that's because we haven't done anything like that since, have we?
No, and look at the number of people who are suggesting it in the side
Like
chat.
7, yeah. I mean, because say the only thing we've done with space since that was better was, of course, Red Dwarf, and yeah, that was a comedy. UFO, yeah, I suppose.
No, because that wasn't. I did say Star Trek, didn't I? So
yeah. Blake 7 is probably as close as we got to anything like that. Yeah,
UFO was. I thought UFO was brilliant, but then I was kind of old enough to have watched it when it was first out.
Yeah, I don't think I did.
No, you probably wouldn't, because that was like 1970, 72, something like that.
Yeah, too young. I was only a sprog.
Yeah, the one that come after UFO though, Space 1999.
I love that.
Mm.
Oh, I love that. That was brilliant.
I guess that was a bit Trekky, wasn't it? In so much as
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah,
but then the second series just got weird.
yeah. I can't. To be honest, I can't remember too much of it now because I've never gone back and watched any of it again. So.
Blue done a Friday live, but it's private. Okay. Keeping his privates to himself.
Well, I should hope so too. Last thing you want is privates on parade.
Oof.
What's that one?
I try.
Conspiracy Cat's Tea. I don't know what that is. Mirrored.
Oh, they're doing a collaboration. I think that's this afternoon, isn't it? Is it this afternoon?
No, this one's already gone.
Oh.
It was today, my time.
Yeah. Yes, Irish. The Angel Interceptors. Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, the Ancient
Even
Interceptors.
if they
Yeah.
were only puppets.
I'll grab that for now. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for...
Because Captain Blue was played by the same guy who was Colonel Straker in UFO.
Yeah. Oh, yes, they're doing a collab this evening. Mr. Sensible, Conspiracy Cats, and MC Toon. In 4 hours' time.
Okay. Well, I can't find the debate ones. What happened to them?
Poor old Geza doesn't know any of the shows we're talking about.
Yes, you are the weirdo. Sorry. Did you just not watch TV, or are you considerably younger than us?
That's probably the case.
Because that's probably it.
Oh yeah, Baldy Cats, Mr. Sensible, something's happening.
Because in the last few weeks, a certain singer who hasn't had anything out for years has been very surprised to find that one of her songs is doing very well and making her money again. Because it seems that all the kids have rediscovered Kate Bush
Oh,
from watching Stranger Things.
Wow.
Running Up That Hill featured in the first few episodes quite a lot, and I think as a lot of the youth who have watched it who have never heard of Kate Bush will go, oh, this is good. Who's this? And yeah, she's her stuff's been selling quite well again apparently, and she's like,
well, yeah, I guess in the age of the download, where
Yeah.
it's so easy to get.
yeah, because she's well, I mean, she's. They call her a recluse. She just doesn't live in the limelight and sort of put herself out there. She keeps herself to herself, and fair enough. Has done for years apparently, but yeah, she has been quoted as sort of saying, "Huh, what? Hey, where's all this coming from?" You know. 80s kid, but not British. Oh, that's fair enough.
Yeah, but most of those shows we were talking about are not from the 80s anyway, are they? They
No.
were from the 70s,
Yeah.
even the 60s.
I don't know. That's the debate I wanted to find. There was one Fight the Flat Earth got Was it Fight the Flat Earth?
Oh, fuck.
He went on to. He was trying to talk with Bev, with debate.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was quite an old one. I think that was another one of these that Globe and Mum had edited together. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, he tried to go on to get a debate on the Discord, and he was trying to line it all up and everything, and it didn't quite work. Yeah, here it is. I found it. Fight the Flat Earther thinks a debate is a court of law.
That's the one.
Fight the Flat Earth one. I'll grab that because that was interesting. That
I think that was an old. That's an older debate. This isn't something that happened recently.
no, but it's okay. We can watch it.
Yeah.
It doesn't go for that long, so that's all right.
Half an hour.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What else have we got?
Because they kept saying, "Oh, objection." It's like, well, you don't have.
I
You don't
know. You
object to
don't have an
something
objection in a debate.
In a debate, yeah.
Okay. What else has been happening? Okay, I'll have another look through, and if anyone's got any suggestions for after or any debates before we have a quiz of some sort.
I don't have a quiz for you tonight.
You don't?
No, but I do have some other stuff. So
We can always do bottle cap quiz.
Not a quiz. Yeah.
I object.
To what? To not having a quiz.
Objection, hearsay.
Yeah, objection hearsay.
I can grab a
Objection
handful of.
overruled.
I can grab a handful of bottle caps for generic questions.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've got to get rid of them.
Let's see what Paul's got for us, though. What do you have, Paul?
I have a collection of dumb comments that people have made on the internet.
Oh,
A collection. Well, we'll be here all night.
Yeah.
All night. We'll be here all bloody year.
I hope it's a well curated collection.
Let's put it this way: there's no difficulty in finding this.
Yeah.
No, there isn't.
Oh, did anyone watch Creaky Blinders one? Where he found somebody off TikTok?
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh, you missed that one.
Do you know? I want to find out where he is because I could almost go and say hello to him next week.
Yeah. Yeah,
But I don't know whether he's in. I
Tell
just
him we
wonder if
said
anybody
hi.
knows if he's in South Wales, if he's anywhere near Swansea or Merthyr Tydfil.
Say hi from everyone here.
Mind you,
I
I might
thought
just.
that was kind of where he was.
Yeah, I might have to drop him a drop them a DM and sort of say, "Oh, I'm in the area Tuesday, Wednesday. Come and say hello."
Jez has said, first time I show up in months and no quiz. I want my money back. No, sorry, no
question has to
refund,
be-
no refunds, no.
Who did you pay?
And NASA can't afford to refund you.
No. Well, creating all that constant self-generating CGI takes a lot of money, you know.
Mm.
So they can transmit live from the pretend ISS all the time, and that everything matches the actual cloud locations and shapes. And oh dear, has he been a busy boy? Oh, he has been a busy boy. Hasn't
Yeah, he's got 6. He's got 6 since the last time we.
The solstice is epicyclic.
Ecliptic.
Ecliptic plan and the tilting planets.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, that goes for 14 minutes. Then he changes his clothes, so I'd say those 3 that he's done together. And then he's got these clothes on, so he's done those 2 together.
I think he just wears. I think he just ends up putting the same stuff on to make the videos. But
Well, I reckon he makes
Sort
another
of looks
video.
like
He does it again or something. Might be the same day or something. So the solstices, ecliptic plan, and the tilting planets. Okay.
tell you what, I really wish when I went out the other morning to do the stuff for the solstice that my camera temperature had not reached the dew point temperature. Because yeah, no bloody video is there. Well, there is, but it's not worth watching because, you know,
Yeah.
lots and lots of little drops of water on the front element of the lens.
Yeah.
I really must get one of those lens heaters that you can buy to wrap around and keep it just warm enough to stop it hitting the dew point.
Yeah, you ain't got to warm it by much, have you? You just got to bring the temperature up a little bit so it doesn't happen in the first place.
Yeah. Well, I suppose one should think about the fact that you might hit the dew point when there's a whole load of mist in front of you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a bit of a giveaway, isn't it?
Yeah.
What have we got? Boobs and tentacles. What? Where?
Most of them. Sorry, Terry.
Where are the tentacles? I see the boobs.
Oh, the door is saying there's boobs and tentacles.
inside the circle.
Oh, yeah.
The really rather weird orifice type thing.
Ew, orifice.
Ooh. Lindsay
Dave's
Steve,
going, no,
check.
no, please not Lindsay.
Oh no, I find myself in need of tea.
Yeah, me too for some reason. Anyone else has got any of those chores out there that need doing that they've been putting off the last couple of days? You've got
Yeah,
about
I
10
need to push
minutes
the Hoover
to go
around.
and do it, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
so
night
I
time
make
here,
it-
so I can't really do a lot in the dark.
Do I make another cup of tea and a sandwich for my lunch?
Well, it's that time of day, yeah.
Oh, sure. Leave me here with him.
Righto. Look, don't worry, we'll be back. honest.
Yeah, we'll be
Well,
back
yes,
in a minute.
I'd sit around and attempt to debunk him. However, you know, how the hell do you debunk Lindsay?
You can't argue with stupid.
Not this level of it, you can't.
Oh, okay. Turn the volume down and let someone on the panel do Lindsay's voice.
Christ.
I guess you could put. I guess you could put subtitles up, and one of us would read the subtitles on it.
We could do a Lindsay dub over one day.
uh,
Pull up an episode of Lindsay, cut his voice out, and dub over it with real
just have the
sounds.
captions going. So who speaks Kiwi? I've got a shaking head. No, no,
No,
no.
sorry, I don't do
Sure as hell
Kiwi.
is me. It's not me. That's a good idea. Voiceover on top of Lindsay. Yeah, that could be fun.
VOLP, voice over Lindsay protocol. Oh, don't you start?
Oh, Squeak's putting it 2 cents worth in.
Yeah.
Where's the any key? Oh
Possible.
well.
What we have here is a counter-rotating asymptotic caniculator connected to the pizzle spring, which is supported by the muffler bearings.
Yes.
Oh dear, I like that.
I can't press the play button for some reason.
Uh-huh.
It's
What,
broken.
your common sense is forbidding it.
Push that space bar, Perry.
Welcome back to Flat Earth Philosophy for all those subscribers, and welcome any new people. This is all about Flat Earth, all broken down, making a joke of the globe. But anyway, this video is about the solstice, the coming solstice, the June solstice, 2022. We get a 5-planet alignment, the tilting of the planets, and the ecliptic plane. So I'm just going to compare the flat Earth with the spinning ball comedy. Okay, so this is the spinning ball comedy. Sun in the middle and Earth on a tilt, moving around it for the seasonal changes. And so if we look at the planets, if we go out there in June with your telescopes and look at the planets, you'll see they're all on their maximum tilt. Apart from December, there's the 2 solstices where they're on their maximum tilts. Okay. So if you imagine the flat Earth, we'll stick to flat Earth for a minute. You got the perihelion, it's tilted down and out,
flat.
all coming from the centre, okay? All pivoted from the centre. Check out my previous videos if you don't know where I'm coming from. And it's all projected out. So that's down and out, turning around, down and out. That's perihelion, December, summer. And for the southern hemisphere. And then up and in, it comes up and in for the northern solstice. That's aphelion. Aphelion. Perihelion, aphelion. So this is the northern summer when it's up and in, and that will be the northern winter when it's down and out for the southern summer. That's the way it works. So it's down and out and it's moving around, and anyway it winds its way up like a beehive. The shape of a beehive. I mentioned that in ancient philosophy and religions. There's a bit of a beehive going on above the flat Earth. So that's the flat Earth. You've got your tropical gaps, tropics, and it all winds up. So it's looking a bit like this. So you have your butterfly or your grasshopper, or wings of a bird, maybe, I don't know. So this is your down and out for the northern hemisphere, down and out for your winter, and up and in will be your summer. But in the south, it's opposite. On the other side of the equator, it's opposite. It's a mirrored image. So you've got your North Polaris up here. We've got Polaris Australis down here. So what's rotating out of the centre of the Earth up here is rotating out of the southern field out here in the south. You have to check out my other videos to see where I'm coming from. So your down and out is our up and in. That's the parabolic, that's the mirrored image. So
I have to correct Lindsay for something that Blue taught me the other day. It was Cygnon Tantus is our southern pole star.
it's your
Yeah, that's the
winter.
one.
That's the one, yeah. I thought I knew that, but when I said it, it didn't seem right. And then when you mentioned it, I thought, oh, that's right, yeah.
You'll look out and the sun's low on the horizon for the north. but it's high up for us. It's opposite. It's mirrored. Okay? So this is what the sun does. It winds its way up and back down again. And this is what all the stars do every night. They go up and down like this, like they're magnetically locked and suspended there like those, you call the, I don't know. Anyway.
I'm flying.
What?
You've seen the magnetic field suspending stuff.
They do what, Lindsay?
But anyway, that's what the planets are doing. And the stars over the night. They go wind down into the
Like a bunny
vortex
rabbit.
and then come back up. So from one person's perspective, it's doing a cardinoid across your horizon, then goes away from you, or around you actually, and does this loop, and then comes back out again for the next night. Loop. Because the loop is because it's wound down and in, then comes back out. There's a spiral this way, but on a flat plane it looks like a big loop, a cardinoid. So anyway, so you got that in your head.
I know
You
that
see the
doesn't.
planets
I know that
tilting
doesn't sound right.
over the year. Get out your telescope, you spot the maximum tilt, and the globe
Cardinal.
explains it with their tilted Earth idea. So if you're down this end, you know, let's take Saturn, the front is upwards, and it comes around here, and means the front is down. So the front's down here, and the front's up there. So they can explain it. Cool. But what happens when they get round to the equinox and it's all sitting level? All the planets sit level at the equinox. So therefore they will have to say that the whole ecliptic plane is on a tilt as well. For the ecliptic plane,
What?
for the planet, for these to look level, all look level at the equinox, parallel to the equator, then the ecliptic plane would have to be parallel on the same tilt as the Earth. So if it's on the same tilt
It
as the
doesn't
Earth,
make sense, Lindsay.
you
No.
can't have this going on then, can you?
He's trying to work
Just
it out
doesn't work.
himself in his own brain.
But that's not bad. That means
Well,
that
he's
the whole
doomed.
space, the entire La La Land out there would all be tilted. But that's tilted and that's tilted. So what's the reference? What's actually tilted? What really is tilted? Nothing's tilted.
What?
But anyway, if they come up with an answer to that, I'll kill them with this one. So you see these two level at the equinox, running parallel to the tilt of the spinning ball, right? For only a couple of days. Yet we see Orion's belt running parallel to that equator for 9 months of the year. It's actually going around 12 months of the year, but the sun catches up to it and buries it for 3 months, so we don't see it. But we see it for 9 months, and it doesn't move. Because we're seeing these ecliptic plane tilts either side of the tropics, right? But the equinox, these planets, they're all in here, inside the ecliptic plane, right? But Orion's belt is dead centre. Dead centre. It doesn't move from that dead centre. So it's not connected with these loops, the star trail rotations. So it can always stay there at the centre. Never moves. It goes around the flat Earth 24/7, 360 degrees, 365 days a year. Always stuck in there in the centre of the ecliptic plane, the ring of fire.
I don't think any bottles
Well,
of
it really
strong
is.
vodka is going to help you bake cakes.
So
No.
the whole model's destroyed just here in this one video. They can't explain this. You can't have Orion's belt there all the time, and these things only turn up for a couple of days.
Jez is saying they loves the whole video.
But if the Earth's
He's
flat,
confused
it's
through
quite
the
easy to
whole video.
explain, because they're tilting with the ecliptic plane over the year, over the season. It's going like this. Earth's flat, down and out, up and in, down and out, up and in. In the meantime, Orion's belt's still going around, dead centre of the celestial tropical gap. Because we don't see the planets stuck in here, do we? We see that they sort of come out here a bit, don't they?
I don't know, you're telling the story,
They're all
Lindsay.
projected from the centre here. They're all projected out of the centre. It's all holograms. They come out of it. So I've got them there. And what science hasn't told you, the sun's not centre. It's the black hole centre. The sun is here. Here's the sun. The sun's offset. The sun's offset to the centre. That's the black hole, and the sun sits on its horizon. There's no elliptic planes. It just looks elliptic because the sun's offset. Look, it gives the elliptic look. So in reference to the sun, they think of things doing elliptics, but they're not. And well, that's two.
Elliptic
Big one is
planes.
they don't know the sun moves around the horizon of the black hole. So the sun is moving in the same direction everything else is moving. Planets, moon, it's all moving. The sun's closest to the black hole. It's got the most energy. It moves quicker than anything else around it. So you've got the big ring of fire out here. The big ring of fire. And all the planets and the moon are moving in. They're all
Around an
moving.
elliptic
So
plane.
the
Yeah.
sun catches
yeah,
up
the
to all the
elliptic
planets that are
plane,
sitting
yeah.
here. Laps them. Laps them over a year. The start anyway. Got that? There's 3 there. There's about 20. I could have earned myself about 20 Nobel Prizes if they would allow us to accept, they want to accept it.
Really? Really?
Proved it.
Oh dear.
I know he'd get a prize for something, but it wouldn't be a Nobel
They don't
one.
even know the sun's on the horizon
No.
of the black hole. They don't know it moves around the black hole. So that's the beehive thing. That works like that.
Gold prize.
Helium. Realising the south is a mirrored image of the north. Things come away.
Maybe you should get them to Dell.
Things come out from the south
Oh, okay.
around
Yeah.
our horizon in the southern hemisphere, from behind us. Just like they come from behind you in the northern hemisphere, coming out from the centre north. They come out from behind us. Well, not if we're looking that way, looking north. Okay, so that was it. A bit all over the place, I think. Didn't exactly describe that too well, but I hope you understood it. Okay, so they all tilt. Maybe it's
Didn't
23
describe it too well, that's
degrees.
an understatement.
I'm not sure if we can actually see that angle, but that's what they're doing. At the solstices and level at the equinox. So get out your telescopes and have a look. And then ask yourself, well, how can that be parallel to Earth's tilt?
Whose side are you on, Clive?
Equator for a couple of days. That means this would have to be tilted. The sky, the night sky, space is tilted. Same as
Oh,
the Earth
space
tilted.
is tilted.
Oh,
Yeah?
that would do it.
Here's something to ponder. What do all these have in common? The black hole of creation, the tropical gap between Cancer and Capricorn, tropical gaps, the 2 human legs and his sacrum, coccyx. Coccyx.
Huh?
Coccyx.
You mean cock 6?
Coccyx, is that coccyx? Something like that. The Mary Haka. Raising your Kundalini. The mantra. Om Mani Padme Hum. Magnetic
What?
induction.
No, don't go into the
What do they all have in common?
Oh, no.
Do a video on that soon.
The great God
I'll have
on.
to get back to this guy. But I've got to go over his video again and stuff. There's more work involved with that. And stuff off the top of my head. Anyway, I hope you understood that. Cheers.
No.
Thumbs up. Spread the good news. Share and like.
Oh,
Thanks.
Lindsay, you forgot to mention your Patreon.
Yeah. I hope everybody understood that because. Oh, no.
Mm.
Wow.
That was special.
It was, wasn't it?
So,
That.
so space is tilting.
Well, it's all to do with that pesky plane of the elliptic.
The elliptic, yeah.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Well, I hope you finished your chores, because Lindsay's finished now.
What's yours?
But is it negation?
Oh, Clive's going, more Lindsay. No, Clive.
There's no need to take the piss.
So if we play That.
It's two words that are never said together in you know, polite conversation.
Mm.
More Lindsay.
Mm.
Oh, no, I'm fine. I've had enough.
I'm just skipping ahead a bit in the fight the Flat Earth one. I wanted to get it to where he joins.
Oh, where they actually start the
Yeah.
debate. Objection.
We don't need this on Lindsay, I don't think. Speed.
No.
Yeah, I think he goes on the call there.
I think Craig speaks fast enough that we definitely don't need Lindsay speed.
Yeah, I know it takes him a few minutes to get into it. I can't remember the exact spot that he starts at.
We'll try
I'll just check there.
I think it's a ball.
No, I know it's a fucking ball, and I have proved it many times. All flat earthers are fucking retards.
So, little fucking retards, gravity, retards. Oh my god!
Yes, absolutely. So again, right, I've been waiting. Why has the host not contacted me? All right, go and ask him.
Contact him just now. He's fucking he's in his fucking show right now. You could have been on the DM to him as soon as I told you that, but no, you'd rather
I've been waiting
talk
for
shit
contact.
to me.
I've been waiting for
He's there
contact.
just now.
I've
DM him right
messaged him.
now. DM him right now.
Right,
No,
well, okay,
he's not
he
gonna.
actually is responding on that account now that he randomly changed to use
done,
them.
mate. Well
right?
fucking done.
Well, how am I supposed to know if he randomly fucking changes his account? And he was even talking to me on the other account like 3-4 days ago, all right?
Maybe. What's that got to do with it? But his name is Dr.
Okay.
Science, so if he's on a different account...
All right, I'm going to
this was
hang up
already
on you
brought
now
up.
because you're a complete moron. And
No, I'm
going
going to fucking hang up on you, you fucking retard.
No, too late. I'm first. Right, I'm going to give Dr. Science a call.
And yes, you do see my avatar there for my Discord, so I know Craig's keeps
Everyone
me up
muted?
in keeps me in. that
Everybody's
area.
muted, Craig.
Right. Honestly,
All right.
it makes absolutely. I just got to say, it makes no sense that if it's a one-on-one debate, then it should just be the people in the room. All right. I was challenged. I was challenged to a one-on-one debate, not to a debate with a bunch of people in the room. And if you want your YouTube channel to be successful, you should be kicking them out of the Discord and making them go and watch the YouTube. All right. So.
Yeah. But this is the way our show always runs. It will continue to run this way. So
Yeah,
I mean,
but,
it's not.
no,
it's no slight to
I was
you.
challenged to a one-on-one. All right, and a
Yeah,
room.
it'll
room
happen.
With,
So which Discord has he gone? Was he on at the time? Is this Bev's Discord?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure which actual Discord it was
room
on.
with that looks like about 23, 24 people is not 1v1. All right, so let's do this. Go on, Bev.
Go for
your
it.
fucking nonsense.
All right, but before you begin, you know the rules, right? To objections and
Yeah, but again, whatever with the objections, just get on with it. The debates don't have objections, but whatever.
right, the rules will be honored in this debate.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
but
I'm
whatever,
trying to.
whatever. Debates don't have objections, but whatever. You shouldn't call
All
it a
right.
debate if it's got objections in it. That's not how debates work.
But that's this format, so
Well, there's
it's
not a
going to be
debate then, is
followed.
it?
It will be followed in this format.
Yeah, yeah,
You're
whatever,
joining
but
the flyers.
I'm just
Okay.
saying that it's not a debate if there's objections, because that's not how.
Well, it
debates
doesn't
work.
matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you think a debate is. This format will be adhered
Yeah,
to.
yeah, whatever.
So
I'm
letting-
just telling you that it's
Okay.
not a debate if there's objections. So you can call this what you want, but if there's objections, it isn't a debate.
That, sir, is an investigated fabrication. It's Wabbit season. Duck season. Wabbit season. Duck season. Wabbit season. Duck season. Wabbit season.
Fine, that's fine. Let's get moving forward then, so we can begin this. All right, go ahead, Bev. I guess Fight the Flat Earth is allowing you to go first, so go ahead and go into your introduction, I guess, and speak of what you want to talk about, the topic. You guys have one topic, I guess, that you are referring to?
He's got this pointless phrase that he keeps saying.
All right, so we're going to allow at least Bev try thinking to at least get through what he wants to explain, and then
All right, I'll shut up
you
until
get a
you finish
rebuttal.
talking. Yep.
All right, go ahead, Bev.
Okay. Thanks for coming. I really didn't think you'd come, so thank you for appearing here.
Well, no, I'm
No, hey,
happy to do it. I'm happy to do it.
Shush!
No, I was just
Shush!
saying I was happy to do it. That was all. I was saying thank you for that.
Okay. Go ahead.
Thanks for coming. This is going to be a debate on the straight line and level, as agreed by you. So, I'm just going to let everybody know now that's listening. Level, just dictionary. Go to a dictionary and read the description of it for yourself. And I'll say, level is a straight line on a horizontal plane. All straight lines. Level. Flat line. That's it. Just the word level. Take the ball out of your head and then you explain to me, please, if you agree or not on the statement. Level is a straight line on a horizontal plane.
Okay, can I respond?
Yeah, go on.
In standard Euclidean geometry, in a 2D sense, yes, level is a straight line, but there is such a thing as non-Euclidean geometry, and
I can mute it like that
states
when he's
parallel lines don't intersect.
Next time.
However, if you talk about the fifth postulate in the sense of non-Euclidean geometry, you can replace it with simple things like the internal angles of a triangle must always add up to more than 180, and parallel lines do intersect because they can be parallel at the equator, but then once they get to the poles, they intersect. Those lines are still straight because they are a straight line around the globe. In non-Euclidean geometry, straight lines can curve. It is how you calculate things on a curve, on a sphere. There is many different types of non-Euclidean geometry, hyperbolic. There's lots of different ways to calculate things outside of standard Euclidean geometry.
Objection on the table. Go ahead. You have 45 seconds.
We are discussing level. The word level.
Just the word
not a
level.
globe or a curve. Just the word level for
Just
starters.
the word level. Okay.
Okay.
There's no need for you to mess about with non-Euclidean geometry.
Objection.
You have to wait till his 45 seconds are done. Fight the flatter.
Okay.
I yield.
Right.
You yield your time? Okay, go ahead.
Right, yes, we can talk about non-Euclidean geometry because to say something like level is a straight line on a horizontal plane, which is just a nonsensical bunch of words, means absolutely nothing. Because
Yes, Jezu,
level
I think it is.
can mean, for instance, having no point higher than the other. So if we're talking about a globe, if you have 2 points on the globe that are, say, 10 meters above that globe, no matter how far apart they are, the line that connects them will be curved, and that line will be level to the surface of the globe. So you can try and interrupt me and say we don't need to talk about non-Euclidean geometry, but your whole premise, your whole argument is based on denying that non-Euclidean geometry actually exists.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
My argument is stating a fact that level
Is horizontal.
Nonsensical bunch of words that means nothing because...
But what?
But level is horizontal.
It tells you that level can be a curved line. Because straight lines can be curved.
No,
in
it
the
doesn't.
concept of non-Euclidean
straight lines
geometry.
cannot be curved. Don't be
Yes, they can.
ridiculous.
Well, so you wait. So are you saying non-Euclidean geometry isn't a thing?
No, I'm saying.
So is non-Euclidean?
Are you throwing out all of the axioms of the Euclidean geometry?
The fifth
in
postulate
your
doesn't stand true outside of two-dimensional shapes. All right, answer me this one question. Try thinking: is non-Euclidean geometry a thing? Yes or no?
Is it a thing?
Yes. Does it exist? Is it a branch of mathematics?
It is a branch of mathematics, yes.
Well, then level can be curved.
Does
The
it
straight line can be
exist?
curved. Yes.
What does that mean? In a mathematical sense, yeah, I guess it can exist.
Well, there we go then. In a mathematical sense, a straight line can be curved. End of discussion.
No.
Right. What you're doing is basically just trying to say.
Have you read The Elements?
Have I read what?
The elements.
The elements.
Yes.
Remind me what that is.
That's Euclid's book.
Right. Well, I've certainly read references to it while studying maths.
Oh, okay.
Right, and
So
I understand.
in the beginning,
I understand that Euclid had his 5 postulates, right? And his 5th postulate. Euclid. I actually started then and spat all over my microphone. I apologise. Euclid had his 5 postulates. I understand that, and his 5th postulate was that parallel lines will never intersect, and that was a very important part of what his postulates were. And you know what? It absolutely stands true when you're calculating stuff on a 2-dimensional plane. But it doesn't work, because if you were to put a curved triangle onto a sphere, so you take a triangle and
that would be a triangle with angles greater than 180 degrees, would it be?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And that would go
how many of them?
And
how many of them do you know?
Well, pilots use it all the time when they're calculating like routes.
Do they?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Wolfie to 60-20 did it perfectly when he was.
What about kids at school? What about everybody else that's listening? How much do you reckon they've dealt with triangles that have angles, internal angles larger than 180 degrees?
I imagine as soon as they get to year 7, so primary, the end of primary school, beginning of senior school, you start actually calculating those things. I mean, I don't know what level of maths that you studied. I was in the higher classes, and I certainly studied non-Euclidean geometry.
Would that be trigonometry?
Like that? Yes.
Non-Euclidean geometry you did at high school?
Yeah. Didn't you?
Wow. Oh, no.
Oh.
Of course not.
I mean,
Euclidean geometry is the one that everybody knows.
Yeah, everyone knows non-Euclidean geometry as well, because everyone knows that non-Euclidean geometry is a branch of mathematics that exists.
You have not got a clue.
So again, are you saying that non-Euclidean geometry doesn't exist? Are you saying that it's not a legitimate branch of mathematics?
I'm not saying that.
Is it a legitimate branch of mathematics? Yes or no?
I would like to go back to the straight line.
Yes or no? Is non-Euclidean geometry a legitimate branch of mathematics?
It's a mathematical concept.
No,
so they can
I want
get around the 5th postulate.
Bev, this is a yes or no question. Is non-Euclidean geometry a legitimate branch of mathematics?
A legitimate branch of mathematics?
Yes.
What do you mean by legitimate?
As in a real branch of mathematics that people can use to calculate things.
Calculate what? What do people calculate with non-Euclidean geometry?
Anything with a curve, dude.
Nope.
See, you're just talking about semantics and being obstinate about facts.
They need it for orbits.
They don't. Well, orbits.
In that fantastic place out there, but we're not dealing with that at the minute. We are dealing with level.
Yep, and I've already dealt with that. Level can mean with respect to a height.
I'm going to go back to it in another minute.
Done. Sorry.
I'm going to go back to the
No. I'm moving on now because I'm dealt with that.
Objection. Objection. What? By saying that once you curve a straight line, it then becomes a curved line.
And that curved line is straight, because if you draw a straight line on a ball...
Say that again.
If you draw a straight line on a ball, that straight line will curve.
It's already curved. It's on a curved surface, you muppet.
Yeah, and it's a straight line, you fucking retard.
It's not a straight line, it's curved.
I'm showing everyone on my screen right now a straight line that is curving.
Oh.
Like,
Is this one of those ones where they just completely deny that aspect of a line can be straight?
Well,
but it's on a
Bev
curve
always
surface.
has. They've always denied it. A straight line can't curve, can't bend. Well, of course it can. Draw it on a ball. It's a straight line. It's not deviating left to right. It's straight. It just happens to be.
Yeah, but it curves.
Well, you see, this is the whole thing of Bev's trying desperately to be a flat earther without ever admitting that he's a flat earther. So he's come up with this weird argument that he uses instead. But they're all flat earthers.
Mm.
But he just doesn't like what goes with being a flat earther. So he's trying to prove the shape of the earth with geometry. So he has to pretend that spherical geometry isn't a thing. He ran, and here, I'm sure this is an older interview, but in here he's basically saying, no, it's not real. It doesn't exist. You know, I'm closing my eyes, putting the fingers in my ears and going, la, 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 I can't hear you. There's no such thing as spherical geometry. It's really quite pathetic.
That is what you call positive. Yeah, that's what you call positive evidence. So how about you? Because I've got about 10 minutes before I need to go and get ready for my next stream. So how about you, in that 10 minutes, give me some positive evidence for the shape of the Earth?
No, I want to laugh at you talking about bendy straight lines. This is brilliant.
Oh, so you are denying non-Euclidean geometry as a branch of mathematics. Cool. Well, that makes you even bigger fucking retard.
Well, because I don't think straight lines bend.
Because you disregard an entire branch of mathematics and obviously
I
didn't
then
get past
call
year
them a
7 in
bendy
school.
line. Oh my God.
Literally,
bendy line.
everybody that finishes year 11 at school will learn about non-Euclidean geometry. Everybody. Unless...
Elming's just saying that he designed a test that he hasn't done yet. I don't know.
Oh, it's the
what test that
water
is.
level, isn't it? It's the water level test.
Oh, okay.
Which, like you sat there chewing the bubble gum that was stuck to the underside of the table instead of listening to the teacher.
Did you not see my thing?
Okay, so I'm just going to keep asking.
Did you not see
I'm
that?
just going to keep asking
Did
this
you miss
question.
that? Did you miss my land surveying?
Oh yeah, and
qualification.
Your land survey. Sorry, your land survey. What are you talking about?
Oh, did you miss that then?
Did I miss what? You fucking muppet.
Oh, with the bit where I put my land surveying certificate in the chat a bit earlier.
Very expert.
No, because I'm not looking in your fucking stupid Discord.
Oh dear. Oh man.
Right.
But you're telling me that I didn't finish school.
I'm going to keep asking. Yeah. Well, no, I really don't think you did. But I'm going to keep asking you the same question until I get an answer. Can I have some positive evidence for the flat Earth, please?
Yeah, bendy straight line, man.
No, that's not positive evidence. Positive evidence is tangible, empirical evidence. So, can you show me a picture of the flat Earth, please?
I'll just say
can you explain the physics of why things fall on a flat Earth, please?
Everybody
no,
I'm sorry, I'm asking you questions
here. Can you explain to me why things fall on a flat line? Can you explain to me why things accelerate towards the ground on a flat Earth?
Oh, straight.
Can you explain to me why things accelerate towards the ground on a flat Earth and show me some positive evidence for the flat Earth?
I think straight lines are
straight.
So
you're denying that non-Euclidean geometry is a branch of mathematics.
You don't level.
So
still
are you denying
is
that? Are you denying that non-Euclidean geometry is a branch of mathematics? Yes or no?
Plane. That what
yes or no?
Defines
Bev, yes or no?
Is a
Bev, yes
horizontal
or no? Bev, yes or
plane.
no? Yes or no, Bev? Are you denying that non-Euclidean geometry is a branch of mathematics? Yes or no?
What I see, I
yes
don't
no?
even understand
yes
what you
no?
mean.
Yes
no,
or
you
no?
see that you're trying to
yes
do
or
a
no?
gotcha.
It's a simple question. Yes or no? Yes or no, Bev? Bev? Yes or no, Bev? It's a yes or no question, Bev. Do you deny that non-Euclidean geometry
you're acting
is a
like
branch
a
of
child,
mathematics?
Craig.
This
is the sort of
I'm trying
child
to get a
thing
question
that
out of you,
little
Bev.
children do.
Bev, answer a question.
In the school grounds.
What kind of car, Frank? What? Your car. What kind is it?
Why does everyone keep hurting me?
Answer.
When the bullying people and the poking.
Objection on the table. Go ahead.
Right, this is a very simple yes or no question that I'm trying to get across to you, Bev. Do you deny, yes or no, that non-Euclidean geometry is a branch of mathematics? It's a simple question. I'm going to get this answer off you or not, and then I'm going to have to go because I've got other things that I need to do. I've completely fucking destroyed you tonight. It was lovely. But yes or no, is non-Euclidean geometry a branch of mathematics? No other answer will be acceptable, just yes or no. Yield my time.
Level is a straight line on a horizontal plane.
No, that wasn't one of the options. I said yes or no.
Horizontal.
Is non-Euclidean geometry a branch of mathematics? Yeah, and this is part of that. So I've asked you a direct question.
I don't.
Are you incapable
I know
of
what
answering a question?
Euclidean geometry is, Craig. I know what it is.
Does non-Euclidean geometry a branch of mathematics?
Euclidean
Yes or no?
geometry just means it's not Euclidean geometry. Now, Euclidean geometry is defined by the axioms within it.
Bev.
So if you're saying it's not it's not contained within the axioms of Euclidean geometry, I haven't got a clue what you're talking about, Craig. Because it's just not something that I know.
Well, then you didn't finish school, right? So it's a simple yes or no question.
Which branch of non-Euclidean geometry are you talking about, Craig?
Yes or no? Is non-Euclidean geometry
with which axioms are you talking about in this non-Euclidean?
Yeah, but
which branch of non-Euclidean
is it a branch of
geometry
all of them? there's
All
so
of
many
them.
branches of non-Euclidean geometry.
Do
Hyperbolic.
they all keep the first axiom of Euclidean
they all have
geometry?
their own axioms. They all have their own things.
Oh,
but
right.
yes or no?
Can you
Bev?
show me some of these axioms?
No, because
then,
I'm
please,
asking you
this
for
non-Euclidean
yes or
geometry.
no.
Well, I don't know.
Yes
which
or no?
form
Is
of
non-Euclidean
geometry
geometry
you're
a
talking
branch
about,
of
Craig.
mathematics, Bev?
I can't give you an answer to that, Craig, because I do not know which branch of non-Euclidean geometry you're
Thank you.
talking about.
I'm all done here. Then.
Would that be classed as moving the goalpost from the original question?
Yes.
Then because
I would like to see the
he's going
axioms
out
if-
of his way not to answer Craig.
Yeah.
If we could carry this on,
about
I would
anything.
love to do this.
That was absolute lovely destruction of your fucking nonsense. Stop telling your child
Really?
you're flat. That is psychological child abuse.
Straight lines
Fucking
don't bend.
knob. Well, the
Brilliant.
straight lines curve because non-Euclidean geometry is a branch of mathematics.
Nice finish that.
And
Nice
I
flair
take
at
my
the end there.
leave of your fucking nonsense.
Bendy line guy, be gone.
Okay. Are you
Nobody
guys
else
done?
know. He's still in here. I don't know.
Yeah.
What you doing?
No, I'm just asking if you guys are still done. Since,
that was fun.
I love it when a plan comes together.
So yeah, his entire fucking thing is straight lines can't curve, but he literally just denies that maths exists. I asked him many times for positive evidence of the flat Earth, and his answers were level is a straight line on a horizontal plane, which is just a bunch of words that when put together mean fuck all. So yeah, I'm absolutely claiming 100% victory there. I literally destroyed his idiotic arguments. Fight the flat, fight the flat, fight the flat, fight the flat.
And you could go and listen to Bev today, and he'd still be saying the same rhetoric, nearly word for word.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
But it's more like level is horizontal.
Level is horizontal.
Yeah, that's it.
But he doesn't boast about his land surveying certificate anymore.
Oh, he doesn't?
That doesn't get mentioned. Yeah.
Does Paul stop doing that?
Eh?
Does Paul stop doing that now?
Pretty much,
Doing
I think.
what?
Yeah, it doesn't get doesn't get mentioned very much. Not that I've seen. I mean, I don't really listen to his streams because they can go on for 6 hours.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, exactly. Some of them do. You go back and have a look and think, my God, how can they sit there 5 nights a week talking the same shit?
You can't destroy and non-existent argument.
You can't destroy a non-existent argument. Well, no, you can't. How do you argue with stupid? You know.
Well, it's like trying to debunk Lindsay, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't. What's there to debunk?
They say words that we recognise. They just put them in orders that they don't belong in.
Yeah.
Or put extra words in that don't belong there. If you're Subturtle, I'll give you a spanner. Otherwise the peanuts will time you out. That's not the threat, is it?
It could have been construed as one, yes. You will join or else.
Well, we can't have a naked turtle out there.
No. You got more stupid for us, Terry? Or?
No, that was the only debate one I had to follow up from Lindsay's. All the rest I've got's just the usual Simons and all them. I've got a McToon one here, but I don't know who this person was. Sam Owen Concaver. That went for an hour and 40 minutes there.
Oh, he was insane, wasn't he?
I didn't watch that one.
He used to have a different YouTube name, but I can't remember.
Yeah. I didn't even watch any of that, so I don't even know if that's any good.
I've seen a little bit. basically a rant.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like
Yeah.
rants.
He's a Lord Stephen Christ follower, isn't he?
He was.
Oh.
He was a Lord Stephen Christ follower, but he now believes he's the Messiah.
Yeah.
But of course, he's just a
naughty boy.
Naughty boy.
No. Sounds like it'd be a bit boring if he's just going to rant on. Which is what most flirters like to do.
Yep. Unfortunately.
Well, shall we have some of my dumbness then?
Come on,
Yeah,
then,
why
Paul.
not? Why not?
Okay. Here we go.
What are you going to shock us with tonight, Paul?
Dumb comments that I've found on the internet. Some of them are pretty dumb too. Like, for instance, fancy typing this. Every second someone dies. Every second someone is born. So why isn't our population 0?
Well, other than he's answered it in his own question.
How can you answer that one?
I don't know. How do you even think of something like that?
Yeah.
Really? Oh dear.
Yeah, dear.
Free event, solar eclipse party. Someone complains. Most kids go back to school that day. Can't it be done on the weekend?
Yeah, I like the bottom bit.
Yeah. Did this lady just ask to reschedule the sun?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Jesus.
So I was thinking of baking cookies for everyone at work tomorrow, and I needed to double the recipe to have enough. But if I double the temperature, my oven won't go to 800. Well, if you double the recipe, you've got to double everything, don't you?
Yeah, yeah, you double everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh dear. The picture goes with this one. All right. Was at the gas station and found these bullets on the ground. So I took them home, did some research and found out they come from an automatic assault rifle. Really, people make me sick. How are you going to let these kinds of people roam around? Yeah.
How did he research them and discover
know.
that they were bullets from an assault rifle?
Really?
I don't know, but I was very annoyed by a Torx head screw the other day because I had to get my wheelchair serviced. So they gave me a courtesy chair.
Yep.
And the guy forgot to adjust the arm height on it. So damn, it's not a hex, it's Torx. So I get my Torx out, and you know what happens when people put hex keys in Torx?
Yeah.
Yes.
Pocket?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, let's just say I'm not adjusted.
Fair enough.
And it's the one with the bloody controller on it.
Oh dear.
Yeah. You got to think about this one a bit.
Yeah, I see.
Why the fuck is there a birthday candle for 0? Nobody turns 0 years old. Lol.
No, but eventually they turn 10.
Well,
or 20.
Yeah. Well,
or 30,
exactly. Yeah.
Or 40. Or 50.
Yeah. That's right. If you don't know the difference between there, and there, you're an idiot.
Oh.
Oh.
Do you know, it's impressive how wrong he got that. Obviously, it's not just but you're an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah.
A idiot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rains leave many Indiana farmers fall behind in planting. Why is there a need for farmers growing corn and soybeans when most people go to Kroger's or Albertsons to get groceries
anyway?
Yes, this is a bit of a problem amongst the ignorant masses. Yeah, where does your food actually come from?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
The trouble is, we get them like that round here. And well, certainly Yarmouth, but then I suppose Yarmouth is a little microcosm of its own.
That's true.
Norfolk, but you do get a few odd ones. I tell you what, it'll be the ones that have moved in from places like London.
Yeah, who've never seen the countryside, never seen fields of crops and cattle and everything else. Yeah.
Like PJC Net, who says the countryside is empty.
Is it?
This one's a good one. Yeah. Just finished sanding my tyres so that my car will drive smoother on the interstate. And honestly, I kind of like this look.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's a reason why, racing cars, they have slicks until it gets wet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then they will hurriedly come in and change tyres. Yeah.
Yes.
God damn it.
Is there any sort of book subscription for kids that exists where you order books and once you've read them, you return them and get more?
Yeah, I wonder where you could do that. Yeah, where could you get that?
Yeah. And it's free.
Yes. I just realised 2020 is 2020 backwards. Bzz.
Oh.
No, what? No.
Say what?
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. This one is, you got to think about it. Yeah. A priest, a minster, and a rabbit walk into a bar. The rabbit says, "I think I'm a typo." The person who doesn't get it down the bottom says, "It's spelled Rabbi Steve. This is really embarrassing for you as an author."
Yeah, that person didn't get it.
Didn't get it. Yeah.
Extra shout out to all the people who criticised the mistakes in the Twitter feed RAF Luton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't get the joke, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Photographed from a Canberra.
Always photographed from a Canberra.
Throws up his photograph of a Canberra PR9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Bill Gates has $98 billion. There are 7.7 billion people in the world as of 2019. He could afford to give every person on this planet $11 billion each, and he would still be a billionaire himself.
Billionaire.
Billionaire, yeah.
A billionaire.
That's quantum erasure mathematics there, that is.
Divide 98 by 7.7.
Yeah.
That's all he did.
Forget about the billion. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Oh dear.
Can someone explain to me how they got all the ice through the small hole?
Yeah, it was that special ice that comes in liquid form. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just be very careful. Just don't put a 300 ml can of Coca-Cola in your freezer.
I know, it explodes.
For your son-in-law, because he wants it cold and you want to cool it down quick. And then he forgets he put it in there.
Yes. We had that at work in an office at the office in Milton Keynes. It wasn't a freezer, it was a fridge, but they put these cans of drink in and there was a couple that actually touching the back wall of the fridge. And eventually one of them did get cold enough because you quite often get ice form along there, don't you? And yeah, we're sitting there in the office and there was this muffled bang. I was like, what the bloody hell was that? I said, it come from the fridge over there. Yeah. Can had exploded, made a right mess.
It's all brown inside.
Yep.
People are effing idiots. My neighbour's kid just tried to tell me that bats are mammals. Mammals don't fly, we walk and are confined to the ground. No wonder my family in Sweden thinks Americans are dumb. Y'all truly need to educate your kids better. Bats are birds.
That's indeed what a certain Mr. Ken Ham believes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what it says in Genesis, or somewhere that early in the Bible.
They're of the bird kind, are they? I love this one. Wireless Apple earbuds. Comes with wire. Description, I cut the wire.
Oh, they're wireless.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
They are
sure.
now.
He only wants $32 for them.
Yeah. My daughter just tried to tell me plutonium doesn't come from Pluto. Well, at least she's pretty, huh?
Oh dear.
Well, I'm sure there must be some plutonium on Pluto somewhere. Or at least plutonium ore.
Yeah, there could be.
Probably.
Dogs can't talk, so do they have brains? I mean, how? I know they walk, but it's only because we are telling them to walk.
Walk, sit, roll over,
Yeah.
play dead,
Yeah.
get the Hoover out, do the house, clean the windows.
You don't need a brain to interpret those things.
No.
That's just the dumb ones that do that.
Yeah. Death row inmates of Reddit. What was your last meal?
Is there anybody there? Knock once for yes and twice for no.
Yeah. Why am I getting no replies?
Well, technically, everybody's just eaten their last meal.
I suppose.
It just depends on whether it's going to be the last one ever.
They ever have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely trying this. I really want to find out if I'm related to my ancestors.
No, you're related to somebody else's.
Yeah. Oh dear. Anyone know of an app or way to download music free without using internet or Wi-Fi? No.
No. In a nutshell.
Buy a CD.
Yeah. My sister's pregnant. I can't wait to find out if I'm going to be an auntie or an uncle.
Oh no. Christ.
When you realise the statue of Mona Lisa looks like Keith Urban.
And it's not Keith Urban, and it's not the statue of Mona Lisa.
But other than that, yeah, you bang on. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it looks just like him. Yeah, right. Oh god.
I love this one too. Type C for fast charging.
C.
C.
Love it.
Dear.
Oh,
If
no.
only that was true. Make sure you sex after you pee or you'll get HDMI or something.
HDMI? What?
HDMI? Oh, God. Oh.
You get high definition media input.
Yeah.
I ain't had time to play on my phone because I work 24/7, 5 days a week.
Yeah.
What do they think the 7 means? Oh, my God.
Exactly.
Oh dear.
Yeah. NASCAR bans display of the Confederate flag at the events at its events. Ad properties. NASCAR is nothing but a big scam to get our hard-earned money. They never went to the moon. Every word has been a lie.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Well, he's not wrong. NASCAR have never been to the moon.
Never went to the
He's
moon.
right about that.
Yeah.
But they never claimed to either. But you know. Oh dear.
Go fast, turn left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turns out you can't dry plates in a dryer.
You can't? Why not?
No. No.
Well, you can. You
I
just have
bet
to
they
be
could
together
have
again
done
after.
I'd say they'd be dry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lol, just found a phone from the 90s with a hashtag. Twitter wasn't even invented then. Why did they need a hashtag back then? Oh dear. Photo 10 of 35. Back to album. Cody's photos. Cody's profile. That big thing behind you. Stonehenge?
Stonehenge?
No.
I don't think we'd tell them.
Yeah. Dear atheists, how is it that cavemen survived the asteroid but the dinosaurs didn't?
Okay.
Well, how do we put this?
The way that the person at the bottom put it. Social distancing. They stayed 65 million years apart.
That'll do it. That covers it. Yeah.
Anyway, I thought
Great answer.
the dinosaurs mostly survived.
Or T-Rex didn't.
Well, yeah, I mean, okay, admittedly, they mostly got smaller and started flying around a lot.
Yeah.
I'm sure they survived.
Yeah. For sale. Bought in error. I live at 45.
I live at 45. No, you got 54 instead. Yeah, you better go and get a refund for that.
Yeah.
What, any O's?
What about four candles? You got four candles?
That was given.
Yeah.
And that was your dumb comments.
Thanks,
very
Paul.
much. Did notice that somebody said you could move the 4 and the 5 around, and he said, "No, I want them in the right order." And then the other guy just saw it. Yep, fair enough.
Yeah, put your hands up. Give up.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah. I'll also have a 13-amp bathroom plug, please.
Yeah.
It's a shame we couldn't play that sketch. That's funny.
Yeah, you'd get copyright struck.
I think I would.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's not to say we can't read it out as our own sketch.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to be Ronnie Barker, and Farmers will have to be the other one.
Ronnie Corbett.
Funny thing.
No, I couldn't do it.
Yeah. Clive Wells wanted to know if all those were from Gary Weibinger.
Yeah.
Sounded like it.
No, I think most of it was spelt correctly. Well, not all of it. No, I'm thinking of Demok.
Oh, yeah. Everett's just done one on Denmark.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that this morning.
Oh, we should watch that.
What? Yeah? What we got?
Everett.
Yeah,
You mean?
but
This one.
Everett's always value for money, though, isn't he?
The one I, because the other day, now I can say it. Somebody over in the Discord said, "Oh, do you want this Demok video? You can't play it. You got to keep it to yourself." And then now Everett's brought it out.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So I've got the original one uncut, but the Everett one's okay.
I think I'd rather see Everett's take on it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know what Demok's like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haven't we got any other Simons? Where's the other Simon? So I've got Everett with Demok. I've got 2 Minute Simon. I've got a Flurfly, who would have guessed, mirrored. And Conspiracy Cats 2. That goes for 6 minutes, so that's not too bad. Not much else out there.
Oh, buggeration.
Oh, trying to explain it to him over on Geos the other day about corpuscular and anti-corpuscular rays. Jeez, that was give me a headache, that one.
Yeah, I bet. I can well imagine.
That's why I put the anti-corpuscular rays as my thumbnail. It just reminded me.
Yeah.
Oh, were they anti-corpuscular, were they, Terry?
Yeah, the ones I got in the thumbnail are.
They were anti-thingamajigs.
I just assumed that they were crepuscular from a sun that was below the horizon.
No, the sun's behind you in this one.
Yeah, they do look different when they're crepuscular. They always seem to look a little bit different.
Isn't Simon's one Flat Earth Friday one? No sound bites out of your live streams lately, Blue? Anyone interesting?
I don't think, not much. I mean,
okay.
A lot of good conversation, but.
Oh, here's Simon. Is that Simon's? Oh, here we go. Flat Earth File. Grab that.
Yeah, I might have found myself in desperate need to go to bed the other night, Blue, when somebody turned up.
Yeah. I noticed.
No competing with certain people, is there?
Mm.
Who could you be talking about?
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think who this could have
been. There are just times where it's just like, no, I ain't listening to this.
Okay, which Anton are we going to... Anton talks a lot about spacey stuff, but this one's not so much space.
Damn, it's bloody empty again.
I do that, yeah.
I know, that's terrible, isn't it?
I'm going to have to stop and fill mine up on the way to that bloody site on Tuesday if it's a 3-hour drive. My travel mug won't last 3 hours.
That's why we got McDonald's every now and again along our highways.
Oh God, no! I have a thermos that I use to top up. If I'm having one of my trips into London, my travel mug will be full and there'll be a thermos. And when I get to the car park at Underground, I'll use the thermos to top me travel mug back up and take it out with me. And then when I get back from having been in London, I'll get in the car and top it up again. So I've still got tea to get me home again because it's my tea made my way, you know.
Yeah. Nothing like your own tea, is there?
Well, that night I ain't got to pay extortionate prices for what is basically just a cup of bloody tea, you know.
Yeah, when I can pick up tea bags for basically a penny a piece, and that's not even buying in bulk.
Yeah, I've never been one for coffee shops and stuff like that. It's just, what's the point?
I'll have a fancy coffee at Starbucks or Costco or whatever.
Yeah,
but
no, I don't, because I just don't see that stuff as fancy.
Oh, we've got a live stream with Baldy Cats in 2 hours.
Yeah, there's 3 of them are doing a collaboration thing. They put some teaser videos out yesterday, but it doesn't really tell you what it's about, you know. It's like when you see a trailer on the telly for a new program, you think, oh, I'll watch that. When's it out? When's it out? And that will say, blah, 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 coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and what do you mean coming soon? What, this year? Next year?
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Yeah, especially when they're showing them in October.
Yeah. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I just can't see the point of teasers. If you're trying to give somebody some information, give them the information, all the salient points. Like you look on Netflix and think, oh, that's an interesting film. What's it about? And all they've got room to tell you is who's in it or who's directed it. And it's like, I don't care. What's it about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it the sort of thing I'm going to be interested in? And the number, if you go and look at on on my Netflix, and it says continue watching, and there'll be a whole raft of stuff on there that I haven't looked at in ages because I've started watching it and gone, oh, this is crap.
Yeah.
Do you want to continue watching this? No, I'd like to delete it off the list. Oh, I can't. Oh, shit.
I'm going to say, being able to delete stuff off the suggest you might want to finish watching it, this would be a bloody good thing, wouldn't it?
There used to be a lot more functionality, and they've taken a lot of things away. Because I started watching something the other night. I thought, oh, this is rubbish. Hang on a minute. Fast forward. Put the fast forward on as fast as I could. Let it get to the end of the film, and then it thinks I've watched it. Just so it doesn't keep appearing in that bloody list. There is some crap on there.
Yeah.
Hey, at least there's some good. At least there's some classic movies on there now.
Yeah,
they're on Amazon.
To be. Yeah, marketing's a load of rubbish. To be honest, what I tend to do now is that website I sent you the link to. Particularly films, you can download them off there. So I've got a memory stick that plugs in the side of my telly. So all the films that I think I want to watch, I'd rather watch on the big screen downstairs rather than up on a 24-inch screen here. I just download them, dump them on the memory stick, and plug it in the side of my TV, and I can sit there and go, oh yeah, I'll have that one. Boom.
I just download it onto my computer, and it Wi-Fi's the signal through to the TV, and then I just watch it on the TV from the computer.
Yeah, I don't think I can do that with this one, but I can certainly link my phone to the TV because they're both Samsung. But I just dump them all on the memory stick, and that just plugs in the side of the telly, sod it.
Sometimes just plugging something in is so much easier.
Well, my smart TV isn't actually that smart. Eventually I need to replace it with a more modern one that's got better connections, better things to use and make it all work. Mine's as you think, I can remember that as a website on the telly, and I can go to that and watch stuff. No, it won't let you do that. Won't let you do this.
It's funny, but it turns out that my not smart TV now has the same operating system as my daughter's Samsung smart TV.
Oh, I wonder how that happened.
It's a Roku.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about yours, but her Samsung, their Samsung smart TV just is basically a TV running with the Roku dongle built into it.
No, mine hasn't. Mine's, right, how long have I been here? Mine's 6 years old, and I think when I bought it, it had just come to the end of production as well. Probably why it was cheap at the time.
And theirs is about 2.5 years old. So yeah, theirs is the Roku version.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be a fair bit of money to replace mine if I got a modern equivalent. See what old John Lewis had got.
Stevie B, I just watched Run Silent, Run Deep. Yeah, that's one. Okay.
I've got a Sony Bravia. It's about 10-year-old now. And it's got the Gorilla Glass, whatever they call it, screen.
Oh, yeah.
It'd almost be a plasma, wouldn't it, Terry?
No, it's a LCD.
Okay.
It's just got a protective screen over the front of it. I think they brought them ones out for when those Wii things, whatever they are, came out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you couldn't scratch the TV or damage the screen. Makes it easier to clean though, because it's edge to edge, so you can just clean the whole screen.
Bang & Olufsen's like 7-year-old.
But it hasn't got the. I mean, it didn't have Netflix on it back then, but it had It's got the connection for the internet, and it did have some TV channel connections like our Channel 9 and ABCs or whatever they were, SBS's, connected from the TV. couple of them are not on there anymore, but it's Wi-Fi connectability, so it recognises the computer, and it's got all the HDMI connections, several of them, several USBs, all that.
Good grief. They charge 45 quid. You don't have to. And of course, this is John Lewis. Charge 45 quid to set the TV up and do a demo of it.
What?
What, exactly 45 quid to plug it in and set it up and go, oh, this is how it works. Yeah, thank you very much. I can manage that. DL. Well, just trying to find the equivalent to mine now, because I think mine's a 48 inch. It's not 4K, but a 50 inch 4K Samsung is 700 quid. Might have to wait a bit. Not that I get 4K service and anything, but
no, you can get 4K off YouTube.
yeah. Oh no, I'd tell her like this is 4K Ultra.
Yeah, that's 4K. It's is it 38? Is it 3840 or is it the proper? Is it the full cinema? Or
I don't know.
4,048. Sorry.
Blah 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 blah. Oh, I got a clue. I've got other things to worry about at the moment, but at some point that wants replacing. As does the sofa and the armchair. Well, they're all surplus when we split up, and it was like, well, I'll have that sofa then that's old and knackered, and the armchair I bought isn't real leather, and the other cat has managed to completely ruin it. Thanks, Bubs. She has a habit of when she sits down and she puts her paws underneath her, she keeps flexing her claws. So that's yeah, the fake leather's disappearing off the seat at a vast rate of knots. Bloody cat.
Dory said I could look up what the model Bravio I have on the internet by looking up a recall by Sony for Fire Hazard. Oh, well, it's not my model. I was lucky it wasn't this one.
I mean, I only got a Samsung because at the time I'd got a Samsung phone, and I thought, well, if I get a Samsung, then the phone will be able to link to it. And there have been times when I've been so lazy that I thought, oh, I've got that on DVD upstairs. Oh no, hang on a minute, I can access that via the phone and watch it on the TV. Now, of course, you have to remember when you put your phone down to put it down the right way round. Because if you put it upright, you know, if you put your phone down like this, then what you get on the TV will be in portrait.
Left, mate.
You've got to make sure your phone's turned around. Landscape or whatever. Yeah, you go. Because I've done that. I'll put the phone down. What's wrong with that picture?
Why do people think video that way up is a good idea?
Because that's how you naturally hold the phone when you're doing anything else. So they just do that anyway. Because I think people automatically don't go, oh, hang on, let me film that. It don't occur to them.
Yeah.
Well, they're not used to using a camera, because you turn your camera the other way, it'll come out portrait mode.
Zebulon, #cats are fun. When you wake up in the morning and you're lying in bed and you can hear that sound downstairs, it says, oh, the other cat's throwing up somewhere. And then you come downstairs and you think, well, where is it then? And then you have to start looking like under the dining room. It isn't a separate room, under the table, or behind the armchair, or.
Okay, who else out there's got a CRT TV still? Because I've got one out in the shed. It's a 50 centimetre that I use out there.
Blimey, not for years.
Yeah, had it for a while.
I had a 28-inch widescreen CRT TV, and when we got the first sort of 42 flat screen, it was like I had to get my lad to come and help me pick it up and get it off the off the TV cabinet thing because it was so bloody heavy.
As Dora saying about her TV being sort of 2008-9 and it still works. The only reason I got the TV that I've got that like come out for 7 or 8 years old is that the green gun in the tube in the widescreen CRT that we've been given when Rosie came to live with me when we moved into flat. The green gun went, so it was starting to be a little bit unpleasant watching the telly.
Yeah, I bet.
Clive goes watching TV.
It was when they were doing them big Black Friday sales. So we got it half price.
Oh, we've got another naked cupcake out there. Can't have naked cupcakes.
Timbo Turtle has a CRT for his Apple II.
I've just bought a new player to play those big black CDs, you know, the old...
Oh, the big ones,
big black CDs.
Yeah. And man, that's a lark.
You notice when you put those little ones on there that the needle keeps sliding off for some reason?
Yeah, that's right. And
Well, you have to spin around a bit faster.
I'll tell you, it's a lark because you can buy you buy the player, right, and you can spend thousands on that. But then if you want a good cartridge, man, you can spend more than you actually spend on your record player with cartridges. Oh.
Yeah, I think the one good deck I ever bought, Paul, I think about 50%, somewhat like 50% of the price was a averagely good cartridge to go in it.
John's going, my TV shows moving pictures in colour and you drive it with a wireless remote buttony thing.
That's one thing I do wish sometimes that they still put actual manual controls easily available on a TV.
Yeah, there are some hidden on mine, but oh boy, do they take some looking for. And they're just the basics, so you can turn it on, turn it off, and change channels. Well, actually, you can't turn it off. You cannot physically turn the power off of my TV. You can only put it on standby.
Yeah, but yeah, I find it really annoying when you can't even do that because Dan, where's that bloody buttony thing gone? And I just need to turn it off. Or standby.
That's why I have one of those sort of 6 or 8 way extensions that sits behind the TV unit that you can just get to the edge to. And each socket is individually switched. So that if I go to bed, I don't even have to lean down. I can actually operate the switch with my toe. Click, and the telly's turned off, and now it's not using any power until whenever. Because you can't. There is no physical power switch on the TV.
Oh, we can watch Lindsay now. Tiny Captain's here.
Yeah, we could do with some Lindsay.
Well,
what did I just say?
Well, weren't they? People were not satisfied with what we got.
Yeah, power cord with the big red button. That's pretty much what I've got. It's a little red button, but I can operate it with my big toe. Of course, you think that's all fine, and then you forget, and the next evening you sit down and think, right, I'll watch some TV, and you're sitting there with the remote going, why won't the bloody telly turn? Oh, yeah, hang on. I've got to get up and put the power back on.
Is there a little LED that's not lit when your power switched off?
Yeah, sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. I'll just sit down and I'll pick up the remote and then go, oh, shit, hang on a minute. Get back up, turn the telly on.
Need a long broomstick to reach the power point.
But I kind of figured, well, I'll try and save myself. I guess you'd have to sort of add up the sum total over the space of a year. But it's like, well, you know, you try and turn off what you're not using, and some things you know you're not going to turn off. I mean, my entire PC setup, that doesn't get switched off every night, but you know, everything else, you don't leave lights on if you're not in the room. And I kind of think, well, if the telly's going to spend virtually all day not being used, then why is it consuming power? You know, and Samsung have said, oh, it doesn't have an on-off switch so that it can do updates. Well, it's still only going to do updates when I turn the bloody thing on, and there aren't any updates for my TV anymore. It's too old. You know.
Yeah. Well, apart from the must catch fire update.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's an important one. That is, yeah.
I'm surprised they don't do brick this machine updates at some point. Well, I suppose they will start doing that eventually, won't they?
Yeah.
Although they won't admit it.
Oh, Turtle says I have my home automated. Yeah, we got a few people like that like to have their house automated.
Yeah, mine's mostly automated.
So even if I wanted to, I wouldn't do it here because it's not my house. I'm not spending all that money on somebody else's house of that.
Well, I've got about 2 or 3 videos. A couple of them are short.
Yeah. Oh dear.
I can't find any other more derp out there since Wednesday. I mean, if I'd have recorded, I've been trying to record through OBS the sound from Discord when I'm there, and I don't know where the file went. I know it's in there somewhere because it recorded it.
Right.
But I don't know where it went. I've been looking in the files to try to find where it could have went.
If you just want to record the audio,
yeah, that's what I was doing.
You can do that through Banana.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Banana's got a built-in audio.
Yeah, that's got a record thing on it too. Yeah. I was trying to do it through OBS. Because it's got a recording feature too. But where it went into the computer's file, I don't know. Somewhere. I'll find it eventually. Here we got here.
Oh, I've seen him before.
Yeah, he looks familiar.
Yeah.
Was Isaac Newton's falling apple a true story?
Spoiler alert.
What, it was an orange?
Yeah. No, it's a pear.
Oh, a peach.
Sorry, Terry. I've changed the default. I've changed the recording path in my OBS from the default, so I can't tell you where to look.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got in my settings for it. It says where is it? Advanced.
If you go settings and output.
Yeah.
And then recording, the recording tab.
Yeah, recording path. It says uses Terry videos, so I've got to find uses Terry's videos.
Well, that's easy. Go. It's C. Well, it's C, and then it's Windows / users.
So I'll go into Explorer.
Go to Explorer.
Yeah.
And then it's you know where you find your own for all your files.
Yeah, but I could have it on me hard drive or the SSD because I've got 2 places I can store things.
It's on the SSD because you just said it's in C users. So that's
okay.
Yes, SSD.
Users, yep, okay. Terry.
There's a folder called videos.
Yeah, videos, yeah.
It'll be in there, and the file names are generated as date and times.
Didn't come up. No, there's nothing from 2022 there. That's all nothing. I've got gallery captures, cam, Logitech, things, still moments. No, it doesn't seem to be in that. I've got no idea where it went. I thought it had come in under its own OBS folder or something. Yeah, I've got some recordings here, but the dates are not from this year. No, I've got no idea where it went. It's gone somewhere.
Because the thing is that even though you're only recording audio, it gets recorded as video by OBS.
Oh, okay.
Because OBS doesn't really do audio recording. Hence why it's a good idea to do it in Banana, because Banana will.
Yeah, I'm going to have to play around and see if I can find it. Oh. Back to the video. No, I thought it was a good idea to capture the sound from sometimes when people are over there and they're having a debate about something. I thought, I wonder if I could capture a bit of it to play back. Yeah. Was Isaac Newton's falling apple a true story?
Newton's falling apple story was totally made up. Isaac Newton, a man who invented calculus, discovered the laws of motion, the laws of optics, and improved on the telescope design, all before he was 26 years old. The most compelling story, of course, on Isaac Newton is the story on how he discovered gravity. The story goes that he was sitting in his family's orchard one day contemplating things when an apple fell from a tree, triggering something in Newton's mind that later went on to form his laws of universal gravitation. He explained to his biographer that this was the point that the notion of gravity first entered his mind. Now, you won't find a bigger fan of Sir Isaac Newton than me, but the apple falling from the tree story is totally made up. Newton admitted later in his life during an interview that he fabricated the apple falling from the tree story as a way to discredit some of his colleagues who were the true catalysts for his notion of gravity. These colleagues were Robert Hooke and Edmund Halley. Now you might recognise that last name. It was Edmund Halley, of course, who discovered the well-known comet which we now name after him. Now Hooke and Halley had many conversations with Newton about all variety of things, and Halley's discussion with Newton about his comet and the nature of its orbit around the sun was the final piece of the puzzle that Newton needed for his concept of gravity. The story of Halley's comet is a beautiful one, by the way, which I'll leave for another day. Now, don't get me wrong, the discovery of gravity and its effects is one of the most monumentous ones in recent history, but it wasn't because an apple fell from a tree. It's simply not true. I've been Simon Dan, this has been another Misconception Mini, and I'll see you next time. Subscribe here, definitely click that one, 100% click that one, and then more videos there. Click that one as well if you want. They're there, so you may as well click them. That one's quite good, but equally that one too.
It wasn't even a fake apple.
Bit like the spoon. There is no spoon, there is no apple.
He really didn't like Hook, they're saying. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, I think there was a lot of rivalry.
So life started on Earth much earlier than we thought. So when did we? So when did we think?
I can't remember actually. It was a while ago.
Yeah, it wasn't yesterday.
No.
Last week?
Bit more than that.
Was it Tuesday, 10 o'clock?
Bit more than that. We could be here a long time.
Yes. Or we have to have an exact date and time.
No.
Okay. Well, it was before the calendar, so that would have been hard to predict.
Well, quite, yeah. Yeah.
Missions is, of course, being able to discover signs of life on those planets. For example, planets like Mars. But in order for us to be able to answer questions in regards to extraterrestrial life, such as does it even exist, we should probably first focus on our own planet. We should first find out when life formed here. Because by understanding when and how life formed on planet Earth, we might actually find more clues around the solar system and even around other exoplanets that could help us reveal if life truly exists anywhere else but planet Earth. And so today we're going to discuss this relatively recent study that might have once again confirmed something extremely exciting. This new study provides even more evidence that life on Earth might have started a lot earlier than we ever thought. Some of the early life on Earth might have formed approximately 4.3 billion years ago. Not so long after Earth solidified and cooled down, and not so long after the appearance of the first oceans on the planet. And so let's discuss this new study and some of the other studies in regards to this that came out in the last year or so, and talk a little bit more about our understanding of how life might have formed on the planet. And I guess let's start with the obvious. We still have no idea what happened, and we still don't really understand the mechanism through which a bunch of organic molecules eventually turned into something really complex and became life we know today. Now there are a few other videos I've explored on the channel, and there will be some more in the future, that explore this from a slightly more chemical perspective. And also one of the older videos that goes through the famous Miller-Urey experiment explains some of the other new discoveries about this as well. You can find this video somewhere in the description below. But in a nutshell, the chemical processes even today are not truly understood. We know that complex organic molecules can be created through various chemical reactions, and we know that they can even start interacting with one another, but exactly how this leads to the complexity of life we know today is still a bit of a mystery. Today this process is actually referred to as abiogenesis, the formation of biological life from abiological processes. And generally there are two major suggestions on how scientists believe life might have started on the planet. It either started on land through the process of interaction with, for example, lightning, or it might have started in the oceans, very likely close to what's known as the hydrothermal vents. These highly energetic volcanic structures that usually produce huge amounts of different material and are also known to possess very rich biological environments with a huge amount of complex animals all living together and often interacting in conditions that would be otherwise inhospitable to a lot of species that survive here. And the exciting part about this particular explanation is that we know that these vents very likely exist on a lot of different objects in the solar system, including moons of Jupiter and the moons of Saturn. And so their existence across the solar system and the potential of these vents being responsible for early life on our planet already kind of creates this exciting opportunity for us to one day maybe discover something like this on a completely different object somewhere out there. But because this is science, we still have to find proof or some kind of evidence somewhere. And so this is what scientists have been doing for the past few decades. And they've actually discovered a few different rock deposits that potentially showed the early life in existence on the planet. For example, this study right here that you can find in the description from 2021 presented a lot of evidence for the existence of life very close to hydrothermal vents that existed approximately 3.4 billion years ago and represented signs of some kind of a primitive cellular life. Although the most direct evidence came from the study right here from Australia that actually presented direct evidence for microfossils discovered in the ancient rocks approximately 3.4 billion years old. And for several years this was considered to be the oldest evidence of life on the planet. Evidence for life existing approximately 1 billion years after the formation of planet Earth. But several other pieces of evidence started to appear from even older rocks, specifically the rocks coming from Canada. There's this location in northern Canada in Nunavut that contains some of the oldest rocks on the planet. A lot of the rocks here are close to about 4.4 to 4.2 billion years old. And many of these rocks seem to contain unusual fossils, with certain signs of complexity usually present in more complex bacterial colonies. But once again, like I mentioned in previous videos, morphology does not mean life. Basically, if something looks like life, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's life. The famous look-alike of a microfossil from the Martian meteorite that we've discussed in one of the previous videos, once again in the description, is a perfect example for why we can't make these assumptions. This kind of looks like a microfossil or like bacteria, but it was recreated using simple chemical reactions and is almost certainly not life or was not produced by life, which was also an argument that was applied to the discovery from Canada a few years ago. And so to make their point further and to try to prove their point, the scientists behind this very recent paper tried to present a few more points of evidence. And they did so by doing a much more thorough analysis of the rocks that they had, in the process discovering even more complex and even larger structures that were previously unseen before. So for example, even though some of the smaller structures could be produced just chemically, some of the larger structures, such as the ones you see right here that resemble a kind of a tree formation, the scientists believe are most likely biological in nature. And that's of course because no chemical reaction to date has been able to recreate this just yet. More about this near the end of the video. Their analysis also suggested that there were certain structures such as hematite structures present in the rock that appeared to be preserved in a much finer quartz that appeared to have been created not by squeezing and heating the rock like it would be in natural conditions, but appeared to have been created in some other way. On top of this, some of the other microstructures discovered here were actually pretty big, up to about a centimeter long, and contained a lot of different distorted spheres, ellipsoids, and a lot of tubes and filaments that would be very difficult to explain chemically. In other words, they sort of resembled microstructures normally produced by bacterial colonies. And because these components were also associated with certain types of magnetite, it suggested that this could have been created by some kind of a iron bacteria normally residing near hydrothermal environments. Something that generally is known to exist and produce a lot of complex shapes around a variety of hydrothermal vents here on planet Earth. And there were also different microstructures and different mineralized chemicals that could have actually been byproducts of different metabolic processes from these bacteria. A lot of chemicals discovered here are sort of comparable to the energy extraction process of the bacteria that normally uses iron or sulfur for their energy needs here on Earth today, with the signs here implying that this could be some kind of an ancient chemolithotrophic bacteria that use various chemicals to produce all of their energy needed. But all of this existing on Earth that was only 300 million years old, which is several 100 million years apart from the other discovery in Australia. And that's of course a big deal. It means that life could have formed on the planet really quickly. It also means that even planets like Mars, where conditions only remain hospitable for a few 100 million years, could have produced extraterrestrial life as well. More importantly, it implies that hydrothermal vents that exist in the solar system could be the source of life around other objects as well. And if we do find signs of life or actual life on Mars, or around one of the other moons in the solar system such as Enceladus, Titan, Europa, Ganymede and so on, it might imply that life could be everywhere in the galaxy. But if we don't find anything, that's I guess where we have to start rewriting our current understanding of life in the universe and the origin of life on planet Earth. But going back to the studies that try to find life, ancient life, by looking at morphology, chances are that in the next year or so there are going to be a lot of follow-ups very likely debating this and very likely producing something that might even look something similar to this by using actual chemical reactions. That's exactly what happened to some of the previous discoveries, where the scientists were able to recreate very similar shapes using organic chemistry. So until we actually hear more or until follow-up studies, we don't really know exactly what this is and what formed this. So I guess only time and future studies will tell. And more importantly, if this is indeed correct and if this is how life began on planet Earth, and if it involved hydrothermal vents, that's a really big discovery. It means that other sources of life we believed might have created life, such as for example various volcanic regions with a lot of lightning around them, or potentially various clay deposits on early Earth, or maybe even huge ice shelves that could have served as a kind of a structure for early life, all of these other propositions might have been not as correct as the one involving hydrothermal vents. And so these types of studies are extremely important in helping us understand and figure out what really happened. But until follow-up studies about these ancient rocks that potentially contain ancient life, we still find ourselves in a more or less similar situation. We still don't really know how life came to be and if it exists anywhere else. At the moment, there doesn't seem to be any evidence of life, and especially intelligent life, anywhere out there. And that's something to think about. But anyway, once we discover something else, or once the follow-ups start to come out, I'll make sure to make another video about what they discover. Until then, thank you for watching, subscribe if you still haven't, share this with someone who loves learning about space and sciences, and maybe come back tomorrow to learn something else. Support the channel on Patreon by joining channel membership or by buying the Wonderful Person t-shirt you can find in the description. Stay wonderful, I'll see you tomorrow, and as always, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Somebody wake Alan up.
Is he saying intelligent life out there? Was there an intelligent life here first?
As the Monty Python song goes, pray that there's intelligent life somewhere out in space, because there's bugger all down here on Earth.
Yeah, I did remember watching something a fair while ago about those thermal vents, where things can survive with extreme temperatures compared to.
Yeah, because a lot of the ones here they're really deep in the ocean. But yeah, there's there's heat coming out of them. There's lots of minerals coming out of them, and there's entire ecosystems that are built up around them of these creatures that can survive the pressure and what have you.
And what we deem as life on other planets, to know what form it takes.
Exactly. That's the problem with alien life. We might not even recognise it as a life form because it's alien. It's not. It might not be anything that we would recognise.
Yeah, they see a rock and go, no life here. The actual rock might be life.
Well, yeah, what we thought was a rock isn't. Yeah, I mean, possibilities are endless. Oh, mate.
John's saying, I believe there are astronomers and others looking at spectroscopy results as a method of
spectroscopy.
Yeah, that word. Results as a method of looking for specific atmospheric indicators, which would be good possibilities for life.
Yeah, I mean, I think when we're looking for life out there, we're basing it on what we know and understand and what conditions we've got and what the environment is. Because you've got to start somewhere.
You can't have spectroscopy without a container.
This is true. Yes. If your name's Dirt.
Yeah. Would aliens recognise us as life? After all, we are just ugly bags of mostly water.
Yes.
That's a quote from was it a Star Trek one?
It's a Star Trek one.
Yeah. And I had to think for a minute then. Okay, do you want the
sentient meat?
I'll better throw Everett on now then. I was hoping to
I think you
fill in the gap between Everett and to finish off with Simon. I don't know what that one is. A fleur fly. Who would have guessed? Mirrored. That's the Conspiracy Cats 2 one. Anyway, I'll watch this one. Now I've already seen this, so I'm not going to say anything.
Oh, excuse me.
I've seen this several days ago. Be interesting to hear Everett's take on it. Except for that.
Yeah.
Globe. Test. Don't worry about anything.
But what you see optically, nothing. We'll even move close.
Sheriff, he's over here.
God, look at that thing.
Look out!
Can we get out of here? No, I'm enjoying this.
Okay, we're minding our own business. We're on a globe. La-di-da. We go up. We rise up. We rise up. We rise up. We come back down. We don't see the top of the box.
Wow, bummer.
Past the curb, we got the huge building. What you're looking for, Globers, is the top of the building, like you see in reality. So on this ball, there's your curve. Can't see it, can't see it. Look, look. Oh, can you see the top of the box? Nope. Globers can't go up at any time and ever see the top of the box.
Truly, you have a dizzying intellect. Wait till I get going! Where was I?
Globe test. Number 2. Since fucking retard-ass Jim Panda thinks it matters how high you go. See the object? See the fucking ball? The sphere, the curve? The box has to be past that.
It'll get worse before it gets better.
You get a ball, put your object past the curve, see? Where you can't see it at all? As soon as you do that, raise up in any elevation. Any elevation you got. Any elevation. Any elevation. Any elevation.
Shut up! Oh my God, I don't care!
Any elevation, Jimmy fucking retard Bo. Jimmy, Jeremy, Jimbo, Panda, fucking retard. You see the fucking, you see it? See your globe? See that? See that?
No, and I don't care.
Never. I don't give a fuck how tall you go, you stupid retard, ignorant motherfucker. You'll never see that motherfucking box top on a globe. So in reality, when something's past the curve, if you can see the top of it, welcome to Flat Earth, bitch. Globe debunked.
Bang head here.
Nobody losers. Fucking squawk jaw, rubber lip motherfuckers. Run your fucking retard ass mouths, bitch. And ain't got no evidence. Now, watch this.
I like these calm little moments before the storm.
Flatten the motherfucker out. Now watch, little retard fucks. Look, flat. Look, retarded motherfuckers. What do you see? What do you see? What do you see? Top of the box, bitch. So, if you see the top of the box in the distance, welcome to Flat Earth, motherfuckers.
You were serious about that?
And I'm done. I killed the globe.
Man's got to know his limitations.
Like I said, I'd already watched this several days ago, so I prepared something.
Yeah.
Just for you guys to help people out.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll grab that. What I did.
That
Now
was
I
just so
did
painful.
this at the same time I was in Geo's at the time when somebody gave me the video, and said persons were in there with discussing similar topic.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I'd just go and whip something up while I was talking. If I can find it. Where did I put it? Is that it? I mean, it's crude, but I was able to get my point across. Now I've just got to work out how to... I mean, I could have done better, but that was the spur of the moment, so... I drew that.
Yes.
Right, so if you're 90 degrees to the, say that's where the box is, you're not going to see the
Yep.
top of the box.
No.
In the direction, if you went straight up vertically from that 90 degrees where the top of that yellow line is on the angle, you're not going to see it. But then I draw different vectors between the 90 degrees angles and to how far up you'd have to be to actually see the top of it. The one closest to the vertical one at the top, well, that'd have to extend way out off the screen, so you can't. You can't see that one.
Yeah.
But the other ones, as you get closer, how far up you'd have to be to see the top of it. I threw that image in there, and that really confused them.
I mean, his whole argument was saying that, you know, you shouldn't be able to see the top when you go up if the Earth is curved, but like all flat earthers, he completely neglects scale.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, that was the first thing I noticed. It was 90 degrees to its vertical of the object that he had on that over that curve.
Yeah, but you imagine doing that on the Earth with a building that's a few hundred feet tall.
Mm.
Yeah, we all know how due to the size of the Earth, how much 1 degree of difference is, or how much, you know, it's 1 degree every 69 miles. You know, if something's tipped over 1 degree and it's 69 miles away, you ain't going to be able to tell it's tipped over by 1 degree. Of course, you're not going to be able to see the top.
So I might write
bloody high to see the top of that building.
So your opinion on what I did there to try to explain them to him what was wrong with it? Is that sort of okay? Do I pass?
Yeah, it's perfectly valid. Obviously, something like that, it clearly is not to scale, because if you try to draw that to scale, well...
Yeah, I know. I was trying to draw it small enough, but I didn't realise the top one, the close to the vertical one. Oh, shit, that's going to go way off the screen. I'm not going to be able to show that one. Well, that's the best I could do.
No, that's cool. That works. But yeah, I mean, at the end of that, it's Demek, you know, and he ain't got a clue about, well, anything. He's...
Yeah, well, that was my first debunk of it. In the chat, I said, yeah, the object's at 90 degrees to him for the camera.
Yeah.
Okay. So would I say I debunked it before Everett then?
Well, I guess so, yeah, because you've been given the heads up, haven't you?
Yeah.
You cheated.
Oh, no, that's not cheating.
Didn't debunk it. He just was. Everett didn't debunk it. He
just
presented.
Or before Everett
put
it on. I mean, I could have done a debunking video with using that image and whatever with it, and better descriptive explanations. That'll be for guys like you guys to do, not me. I haven't seen this one here, Flowfly. Who would have guessed mirrored? I haven't seen this one. Doesn't go for that long. Demok thinks flat earthers can tilt their eyes down. I don't know, I'm trying to work out what this is. Oh, Demok debunked it first. Yeah, okay. I'll give you that. You can't debate with that guy. He's just, yeah, ruins the conversation most of the time, all the time.
Yes. Yeah.
Let me give you an example. Flat earther Austin Whitsitt makes this very specific claim about how NASA predicts where and when eclipses will be seen.
model for sure. I mean, even though they literally can't, and admit on NASA's website they have to use a stereocycle, but
they use something called the stereocycle from the Chaldeans from 2500 BC to this day at NASA to be able to predict the eclipses. They cannot use the heliocentric model to predict eclipses at all.
We still use ancient civilization stereocycle to know when the eclipses are on NASA's own website. They literally use stereocycle data to know the eclipses.
You can't even explain eclipses. No. Your model can't explain eclipses. And in fact, NASA admits they can't predict eclipses with the heliocentric model yet. In 2021, they still use what's called the stereocycle, which is from the Chaldeans from 2500 BC. Which is a flat Earth civilization, because it's called the stereocycle. The eclipses happen in a reoccurring cycle, but they can't use the heliocentric model to predict eclipses. They have to use the flat earthers math and model to predict eclipses.
Well, is that true? Does NASA actually admit that they can't use the heliocentric model to predict when eclipses are? Well, no. Of course, that's a lie, because it came from a flat earther, and they lie. NASA uses the ELP 2000 model to predict when and where eclipses will be seen, accurate to the location and better than minute. The variables that are input to the prediction model includes, you see, E prime, which is the solar eccentricity. That is the eccentricity of Earth's orbit around the sun. You've got sigma 1, which is a relationship between the mass of the moon and the mass of Earth. And sigma 2, which is the relationship between the mass of the Earth, the mass of the moon, and the mass of the sun. And finally, you've got G prime there. Well, G prime is the gravitational constant times the mass of the Earth, which is certainly not from the flat Earth model. So, how is it that he thinks that NASA would admit or somehow claim or somehow use a flat Earth model to predict when and where eclipses would be seen? Of course, he doesn't have anything to support that at all, because you gotta lie to Flurf.
That's convenient. NASA still has to use the stereocycle from 2500 BC from the Chaldeans, a flat Earth civilization, to even predict eclipses. They admit they can't predict it using the heliocentric model.
Oh, there's that lie again, Austin. Yeah, they actually talk about how they gather the data to predict accurately the time and location of the eclipses, which includes the lunar laser ranging experiment or measurement that they did when they left that retro reflector on the moon. That's right, they used the Apollo missions to get the distance to the moon so that they can accurately predict when the next eclipse will be. And it's not just kind of accurate. It's not just to the day. It's less than half of an arc second is their accuracy. None of it based on any flat Earth data at all. Now, there is some talk of Saros cycles, but it's just a bookkeeping thing. They use the cycles to number the different times when it will happen. And you can see right on their website all the different talk of it. But of course, they do include a huge amount of information about the distance to the moon, the gravity between the Earth and the moon, the variation of the distance to the moon, the eccentricity and perturbations added to the moon's orbit based on gravity from the sun, and all sorts of other things. So that's a little strange there, Austin. Why do you have to lie so much? But now here's a chance. Austin, somebody asked you in a recent debate for you to provide an opportunity, a chance. How does the Flat Earth make predictions like this? Let's see what he says.
Witsit, can you direct us to a model of a flat version of Earth that can simultaneously explain day or night cycles, seasons, and what we see in the night sky better than the heliocentric model?
Yeah, of course. In fact, these things can only be adequately explained on a geocentric stationary plane Earth model, including the eclipses themselves. They still utilize the Saros cycle from 2500 BC. The Chaldeans, NASA's website admits they still use that. Just a cycle. The eclipses keep happening. But if we've been to space and the heliocentric model is so accurate, why can't they predict eclipses better than they could, 2500 BC?
And of course, they can predict eclipses much better than 2500 BC. 2500 BC, they could only predict the day, and even that wasn't very good. Now they predict the day, the time, and the location that it will be seen. That's how people can go to different states and set up so that they can see when the eclipse is going to happen. None of that uses any flat Earth information at all. Austin, you didn't even do your own research like all the flat earthers say. Silly kid. Anyway, the bigger problem, of course, there's so many problems. Austin, let me just ask you this. I know you won't answer anything about eclipses because you thought that NASA uses a flat Earth model. You didn't even bother to check. But here's the deal, Austin. If the Earth is flat and the moon is local, wouldn't every location see a different view of the moon based on where they're at? Because if it's kind of close, somebody from the opposite side of the moon should see the opposite side of the moon, or at least a different percentage of it. But no, we don't see that. Everybody everywhere sees the same part of the moon all night long. Weird. Anyway, thanks for watching, and remember, you gotta light a flurf.
And we see it upside down.
Yeah. Or do we?
We see just the wrong way up.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're good at making these claims without providing any evidence for them, aren't they?
Yep. That's all they've got. Nothing.
I'd like to see Whitsett even use the Saros cycle to predict an eclipse. I bet he couldn't even do that.
No.
Would you quickly like to see a different form of mild insanity?
I guess.
Or before we finish off playing the last one, yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm hoping you're seeing the right screen.
We see
The
a screen.
photograph. So, yes, the a car door wedged in a baby's pram
Yeah.
that somebody pushed 2 miles home to collect for her husband.
Bloody hell.
And I suppose if it got too hot, you could have just wound the window down.
Damn, yeah. I see that coming. Those things aren't light. Car doors. Yeah.
No. I have no idea what the door was off, but
If it was one of my HZ doors with the glass and everything, front door, the pram wouldn't even be able to be pushed.
Yeah. Apparently, yeah. Fetching it for hubby.
Hmm.
Well, I hope you appreciated it.
I believe he did. Apparently, they're planning on doing something with a door for their bus.
I thought they were bringing home the car piece by piece.
Yeah.
What you mean, like stealing a? You mean like stealing a car out of the factory, a piece by piece?
Yeah.
So if you worked at a car manufacturing, yeah, you could bring home a piece every day.
Yeah. It's fine until you need the big bits.
Yeah.
At some point, you're going to get to the whole chassis and think, I can't stick this under my coat.
No. So what was it off? Or what's it for? Huh?
I was going to say it's so that they can practice doing whatever it is they're going to paint on the. I'm assuming they're going to paint something on it, or do some other type of finishing effect. But I just thought you'd appreciate that one, Terry. Yeah, as Tim Patel says, it's only a baby door. Couldn't be anything big.
No.
I'm thinking mini. Original. Mini.
It had the similar door frame around where the window goes up. Had the right shape. I didn't see the back of it to see if it had the door skin on it for the pockets, matte pockets on it along the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that obviously there's no door card on it, so
yeah. We'll go by the hinges too. You can tell with the hinges if it's a mini. Well, I'll finish off with Simon's Flat Earth compilation 37.
37.
Wow. I got a couple of car doors here that they could have used. I mean, I don't know how it got there. Fit them in an envelope.
Flat Earthers are genuinely the fail masters. They have perfected their craft over their last 10 years, so much so that they have allowed me to make 36 separate Flat Earth fail compilations. 36! And we aren't done yet. Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Flat Earth Friday with me, Simon Dan. Thank you very much for joining me. Before we begin today, another quick mention of the brand new Simon Dan website. It's simondan.co.uk. Please do go and have a look if you've not had a look yet. Let me know in the comments what you think of the website. It will be constantly added to. Additionally, there's also a new merchandise store. Go and check that out as well. There are 6 brand new designs based on my logo. You can say that evolution is a fact, you can say that we landed on the moon, that the earth is not flat, and you can even thank Bob. Please do check it out and let me know. Thank you. Right, back to today's video, which is Flat Earth Fail Compilation 37. If you want to pause the video and go and check out the previous 36 Flat Earth Fail compilations, then the link to the playlist is up here, and I'll put it in the description too. Please do go and check them out. But for today, I've laid on another 4 Flat Earth fail videos, and we start with this one from a Chris W.
Okay, I have a sun lighting up half a ball. This part is shaded. The sun is coming from here. Should be pretty much parallel rays by the time it gets to the Earth, right?
Yes, but your Earth on that diagram isn't tilted, so let's assume that this is during an equinox.
So here's the ball. Say that the planet is spinning, and you're standing right here as the sun is coming up. First sight of the sun, where's your shadow going to go?
Well, first off, this is nowhere near to scale, and obviously a shadow is going to be cast on the opposite side of the sun.
Couldn't go down because the rays would be coming from here. Your shadow would go off into space.
But when the sun is in the sky, i.e. above the horizon, then it's above you. So when a shadow is going to be cast, it will be cast downwards, as in what happens. Now, at sunset, you may have a point, but we are far too small to make any difference. However, if you have an object large enough, then bingo, a shadow which goes off into space. You've just debunked yourself. Congratulations.
Now, here's a flat ground for comparison.
Oh, he's got more.
Say we're standing here. You know, even over here, your shadows may get longer, but they'll go down. The sun is here. Say there was a big mountain here. Well, a mountain could cast a shadow into the sky because it's up there level with it. Period.
Oh, so we have 3,000 mile high mountains now, do we? No, we don't. The highest mountain on Earth is just under 9 kilometers high. So unless you're saying the sun is only 9 kilometers up, as I thought, debunked. Moving on, we have a video from the infamous Eric Dubay. He is asking that age-old question, why are there no photos of the flat Earth? Away you go, Eric.
One of the more bizarre and confusing questions frequently asked by globe believers is, why are there no photographs showing a flat Earth?
Well, to be fair, you always ask for one of the globe, so...
What they mean by this is, why are there no photographs taken from outer space which show the entire flat Earth in one frame, similar to how NASA images show the entire globe Earth?
But let me guess. If space doesn't exist, then how can we take a photo?
To begin with, we do not pretend to know how far our Earth plane extends outwards, whether it terminates with an edge, some kind of barrier, or reaches out into infinity. So when globe believers ask this question, they are making an assumption that the flat Earth is just some object floating in space, similar to the way NASA presents the globe.
That's fair. Although, personally, I do understand that that's not how you flat earthers depict it. You just sit on the fence and say, well, we don't know exactly what's going on, but we know it's not a globe.
There are many cartoon depictions of such silly flat Earths floating in space, put out by the farcical gatekeepers at the Flat Earth Society and others, but these images do not represent the claims of genuine globe skeptics.
Oh, you mean the globe skeptics who are too scared to bring us a map? Those globe skeptics.
We simply posit that through objective and empirical means, the Earth is demonstrably a stationary level plane, devoid of any curvature, which proves the prevailing globe Earth theory to be scientifically impossible.
Actually, no, it doesn't, because it's all been debunked many, many times. Actually, all you're doing is confirming that the very small patch of land that you are on is on a gigantic ball, because you would expect a flat horizon on such a gigantic ball.
The question, why are there no photographs of the flat Earth, is truly bizarre and confusing, because literally every photograph ever taken of the Earth shows a perfectly flat horizon extending outwards in all directions, without the slightest bit of curvature or globularity.
What are they using Blue's picture for there?
The only exceptions to this are trick photography, in the form of fisheye lenses, like the ones used by GoPro, or CGI composites, like the ones created by NASA.
Hang on, Eric, are you serious? You've put that picture up on the screen and wrote the word real next to it. Okay, Eric, if you say so, looks real to me as well. Dear oh dear.
All actual photographs, taken with non-fisheye lenses, show the Earth to be a level plane.
What about Mr.
Really?
Sensible's Mage project?
Mr. Sensible.
He didn't use a fisheye lens and... oopsies.
Even at the highest altitudes reached by amateur rockets and balloons, where hundreds of miles can be seen in all directions, the horizon remains flat and rises to the eye of the observer, a physical impossibility on a globe of given proportions, which requires an apparent and easily visible curvature drop even at ground level.
Incorrect. The Earth is massive. We are tiny. Why would we see a massive curve from the ground? Sorry, but this has turned into a video starting off by answering why there are no pictures of flat Earth and ending up in inane drivel. Let's move on to our next fail video this month with a video from Simon Dan. Oh, it's Dan Pratt. He's renamed his channel Simon Dan. How very clever of him. Anyway, it appears he's mocking me.
Hi, folks.
Okay, I'm not sure that I've ever said folks, but let's continue.
I'm Simon Dan. I'm here to explain to you the physics of water and how it reacts in reality. See, the truth is, no matter how many NASA theories of gravity I propose, or how much I kick and scream.
Again, don't think I've ever kicked and screamed, but carry on.
And call flat earthers names?
Don't really do that either.
It's still a physics fact that a large body of water cannot display convexity upon its surface.
Well, not at the local level, no, but if we zoom out a bit...
Bingo.
There we go.
Trust me, I'm a true scientist. I've tried building Lego models of every ocean on Earth. And no matter how hard I try, those Legos always remain perfectly flat and level upon their surface. I've been Simon Dan. Thanks for stopping in to learn the true physics of how water on our Earth acts. Have a great day.
Okay, Dan, thanks for that. I would do an impression of you too, but I can't lose enough IQ points to get in the zone. Sorry. Right, our final Flat Earth fail video this month comes from someone called Che Lin, who is reviewing a Flat Earth TikTok video.
Okay, I wanted to be sure to make a video about this. It has come to my attention based on prayer and conversations with others and really identifying this whole situation that the Flat Earth movement itself is a psyop.
The Flat Earth movement is a psyop. Interesting.
Is the Earth actually flat? Yeah. It's flat. We aren't on a spinning water ball in outer space.
Says the random dude on TikTok.
But what is happening right now is Satan is gloating about how much he's deceived the world. So people who are Christians, who follow the Bible literally...
Yeah, but if they follow it correctly, they shouldn't be eating shellfish or wearing two different types of cloth at the same time.
...will know that God has set a firmament above us. But what Satan is doing is frustrating us. Think about, you guys, whenever we do lives, we get so frustrated talking to Globers because we want them to understand their value, but the frustrating thing is they don't understand it, and they're fully indoctrinated.
And the frustrating thing about talking to Flat Earthers is they won't look at the science because they're indoctrinated.
So Satan is working through a lot of these Masonic people. I'm not even going to name names. You guys can name them in the comments.
Me.
To basically expose the truth that we are not in outer space. But why they're doing that is so that the elect Christians who know that the Earth is not a globe will be super frustrated and seeing how much deception that the masses have. So for me, I know the Earth is flat, and it's very frustrating talking to globies and people who believe that indoctrination, and it almost welcomes demons in. So I don't want to deal with it. I'll still post flat Earth content here and there, but I'm going to try to keep it about Christ.
But I get frustrated with Flat Earthers, so by your logic, does that mean that you also bring demons in?
The one thing that they're trying to do is they want us Christians fighting over the scripture. There is no fighting over the scripture. Even Jesus warns against that. You guys, we just got to stay together, love one another, forgive one another, and focus on the greater good of us all. And Jesus died for our sins. That is the one thing. This world is not what you think it is, for sure. However, we are no longer living for this life. We are living for the next life. I have no idea why hearts just showed up in my eyes, but maybe it's a sign from God. I have no idea.
Or you can't use your filters properly. Anyway, living for the next life, doesn't that all seem a bit too good to be true? I've never understood that part of it.
Anyway, that is what I want to share with you. Just keep an eye on this entire movement. Any flat earther that has a huge channel or even has an app in the App Store, they're probably data mining you, and they're probably trying to frustrate you and show you how much Satan has deceived the masses.
So pretty much every big flat earther on YouTube then?
They're gloating right now, guys. They're gloating that 99.9% of the Earth thinks that we are spinning through outer space at 66,600 miles per hour. That's how Satan works. So
is it? It's actually 66,615 miles per hour, but hey.
If you're claiming negative energies, trying to speak the truth about the flat earth movement, pray about it and move back away from it and talk about the redemption of Jesus Christ and what he did on the cross to die for all the sins. So that is what I want to make sure I let you guys know. Trust no man. Just pray about it. I know I'm a man myself. Just pray about it, and Jesus is the answer.
Okay, here comes Che.
Hi, nice to meet you. I am Shay, and I promote the Biblical Earth, and I've been exposing the PSYOP Flat Earth for several years now, and you're right, it is a PSYOP, and the PSYOP is the map. So what's being shown to you is north in the center is not true. So the map looks more like this.
Interesting. We'll definitely get a better look at that for another video, I think.
However, they lie about the land sizes, so like shrink it down a little bit, put it into a circle, and there you have the biblical flat earth, the flat earth that aligns with the Bible, that aligns with north in the Bible. So look it up. You are definitely onto something. There are a lot of shills in this movement. Every single flat earther that's popular is one of them. Rob Skiba admits he's a CIA agent, and his job was to Judaize the Christians. So he did a really good job at that. They all have a job and a reason for being a part of this controlled opposition PSYOP flat earth, but biblical earth is flat. Bible proves that.
Yeah, they all have a job, but they can't agree on anything. All sounds like total nonsense, but rest assured we will get a look at that biblical flat earth map. Right, well, we're all done and dusted for another Flat Earth Fail compilation. Thank you so much for watching. I do enjoy doing these, and I will continue to do so as long as I can find the Flat Earth Fails. Who am I kidding? I'm obviously going to find them. Thank you so much for watching today. It truly is appreciated. If you enjoyed it today, please do consider subscribing. We're still on that push to 500,000 subscribers. And obviously, if you really enjoyed it, hit that like button too. Just enough time to once again mention the Simondan website. It's simondan.co.uk. Please do check it out and tell me what you think. I've been Simondan. Have yourselves a great day, and I'll see you all tomorrow for another Misconception Mini. See you then.
So do you think their movement will get off the ground?
The biblical earth. Yes, the people who wrote the Bible really didn't know that much about the planet they were on. Strangely enough.
And they literally follow the Bible, did they? Yeah.
Well, nah, well.
Come on.
Not literally.
Because I'm sure they wear mixed fibres.
Yeah.
I'm sure they probably eat shellfish at some point.
Yeah, so when they say they literally follow the Bible, only the bits that suits them.
They obviously they cherry pick, because I remember years ago with the. I didn't really get into it, but my sister was going through that stage, and I used to take her because she couldn't drive, and I sat in with them at times, and I'm thinking, what's all this stuff that they're saying? Yeah.
Mm.
And when they had the bit of a Bible study, I used to ask the questions. I say, what about other parts of the book? Oh, no, we don't read those parts. We only read this bit. Who's a James?
We'll find out.
Do we know a James with no avatar? The naked
Well, it
James.
must have had a special place.
Mm.
Mm. That's Farmer's Boy. No, it's not Farmer's Boy. It's Druss.
No, it's me.
Yeah, I had to
it
reset
is
all my
you.
stuff.
It is you, Farmer.
I had to
I
reset
thought
all my
so.
stuff for work.
And
Well,
yes, Jose, this is where all the old people hang out. So in you come.
Oh.
You're not a youngster anymore yourself. That I do know.
Exactly. So what have you been up to lately, Druss? Where's your motorbike? Did you lose your motorbike picture?
No, I just still need to sort my headphones out.
Oh.
I think
Doors.
Verifond's got most.
There we go. I can hear you now as well.
Oh, okay.
Helps, yes.
Oh, we won't repeat what we said.
I was listening on YouTube, so
Oh.
you're already done. That's why I hate Zoom, because it's so annoying.
Oh,
But
anyone
this
else?
is free.
Anyone else complaining about Zoom in here? No,
No,
got
I
a no
like
there. Got a no there.
It
I
could
think
be worse. It could be Amazon Chime.
Or Discord.
Yeah, that's true.
Discord blows hot and cold, doesn't it? Yes, Elmigs, it's the other Farmer's Boy, yes.
Yeah, it's the
Yes,
other farmer.
There are several of us.
Right.
The East Anglian Mafia.
We all ride motorbikes, we do.
That's right.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay, we did, yeah. You did. I did this morning.
Yeah. I mean, I still would, but, falling off them is embarrassing when you try and stop.
Yes.
I've already figured out your problem, Alan. What you need to try.
Yeah, no, but I need a trike that's only got wheels that come down when I stop so that I can still weave through traffic.
Oh, yeah.
Because, unfortunately, I am that guy that goes split laning on the M25 at 90 mile an hour. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I can't sound that bad. I mean, I tend to like to not be more than about 15, 20 miles an hour more than the traffic. Well, that's only because of painful experience, to be honest.
90 miles an hour more than the traffic. I just said I was split laning at 90 miles an hour.
Well, funny story, just while we're on this. So for Easter, I went up to see my mum, who lives in North Norfolk. North Norfolk. And I'm coming back and just passing through, just basically gone past your gaff, heading towards Northampton.
Yeah.
And there's this bloody Skoda right up my back wheel. And I'm thinking, it's quite busy in the traffic, and I think I really dislike this. So I then accelerated quite hard, split through a couple of cars, went careering up the road, and then slowed back down to my normal sort of 75, 80 mile an hour for keeping up with the traffic on the motorway. At which point this fucking Skoda puts on its blues and twos because it's a plainclothes cop car.
Yeah.
And I meet one of the nicest coppers I've ever met. He said, "Why did you do that?" And they told me he was a biker. And I said, "Well, you're a biker. How would you feel?" He said, "Oh, do you know why I've stopped you?" I said, "Yeah, I've just done something bloody stupid in front of a police officer." That was his first question. I'm thinking, shit, this is 6 points, speeding and potentially reckless driving.
Yeah.
And I've never had any points on my license. Been lucky so far. So anyway, we're sort of chatting away, and he said, "Well, why did you do it?" Yeah, 3 points for being over 80 miles an hour and 3 points for reckless. Plus, God knows how much in fines now, because the percentage of earnings, aren't they?
Yeah.
And I explained why I did it, and he went, "Oh." He said, "How close was I?" And I said, "You were less than about 20 feet, and you were making me really uncomfortable, which is why I was keeping such an eye on you." And he said, "You know what I did like? I like the fact you did your manoeuvre and then you went back to normal road, normal flowing with the traffic." I said, "Yes, I wasn't making progress. I was just flowing with the traffic." And so, yeah, so he didn't even give me a caution at the end.
Well, that's all right then.
Yeah. Is there anything exciting happening on Gems? I haven't been there in nearly a year.
That seems like a bit of a story from this morning, doesn't it?
Yeah,
usual.
It is the same old, I'm afraid.
Yeah, you've only missed Denmark and chemo. Nothing exciting.
Oh, I was speaking with Denmark yesterday. That was quite funny because I set him off, because you just like wind him up like a Duracell bunny.
Yep.
And then I put him on mute.
I like that. Yeah, that works.
And I came back about 10, 15 minutes later and he's still going. And I said, Denmark, you do know I've had you on mute all this time and nobody else is listening because there's nobody else who's off deafened. And then he just carries on, so I put him back on mute.
Yeah, that's fair.
You come across Crit?
I haven't seen him in ages.
Oh, God, that guy spams my DMs. He is a really definitely high on the disturbed character list.
Yeah.
He's a regular over on Geo's server.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not in Geo server. I'm going to keep it that way, I think.
I do see him in one server that I'm in, but
he's normally in the Asylum or Geos or but he's been booed from most of the Flat Earth servers because they hate his guts.
It's fair.
So, and I think it came to a head when one of the Flat Earthers had just lost their mum. We're all kind of being a bit sympathetic towards the poor girl.
Yeah.
And Crit starts spamming the chat. And I just put really, really politely, I said, not the right time, Crit. Just give it a rest for the moment. We're not really the important things here. And he then tried to say, I'm trying to use that personal angst to my advantage. So he then started spamming my DM. So I showed Shine, so I got on with quite well. I showed her the entire thread. And I said, am I being unreasonable, Shines? And I won't repeat what she said because it was quite unpolite. But she definitely did not think I was being unreasonable. In a most emphatic manner.
Yeah, didn't leave any doubt.
No, well, I used to be a mod on the Asylum, and I didn't want to put him in timeout or boot him because then he just goes, "Oh, you're busy, what bad for you?" So I get, we normally get consensus from another, a mod on the other side.
That's fair.
Problem shared is a problem halved.
Problem doubled.
Yeah, so that's kind of been some of that sort of fun stuff. And obviously a few little bits on Jose's channel, which has been quite funny.
Yes. Yeah, it's always good for a laugh in there.
But is it Antique Olive that keeps posting and, the Earth presents itself as flat and stationary?
That's Mark. Oh, what's his bloody name? Oh, it's gone. His voice sounds a little bit like Bev's. Yeah, Terry, that was what I saw last weekend. I thought.
Nice.
I thought that would do Alan Gray, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, it's 2-wheel drive. It's got an MG34.
I think what you could do actually is take the MG34 and place it with a recoilless rifle.
What you mean, like an L6?
Yeah, you can replace it with all sorts of things. But yeah, he was terrorising around the field on that sort of afterwards. They're and a Kettencrad. They got a Kettencrad running.
You know what I saw for sale on Facebook Marketplace this week, don't you?
Go on then. I haven't the clue.
A Euro, is it the Euro? The Soviet
Russian.
Yeah, they did a copy of it, didn't they? Yeah.
Yep. What?
I'm glad you didn't say my left kidney, because otherwise I'd be worried.
Painted in pretty much the same colours, minus the MG34. But hey, a replica MG34 is easy enough to come by.
I'll point out to the Elmigs that's a real BMW. That is a genuine World War II example. And if you've watched The Dirty Dozen, you've seen that one being ridden around by the guy who owns it. Because the chap who's given us a talk on, he had that, and I think the Zundap as well. That's all entirely genuine. He's had to repaint it a few times because it is quite old, but that's an original BMW World War II sidecar. And he was an armourer and stunt driver, and he rode that in The Dirty Dozen. He was
worth a bit.
Yeah, he was also in. He was in A Bridge Too Far, but I can't remember what he was doing in that. But yeah, that's quite an impressive bit of kit. And I must admit, I've never really taken a lot of interest in them. I didn't realise they were 2-wheel drive. You can see the pickup
axle.
off the
You
rear
see the
wheel.
axle going through.
Yeah, the axle's going across under the sidecar, and that sidecar wheel is also driven. So it's 2-wheel drive.
Have you seen the 2-wheel drive all-terrain bike that they do, which doesn't have a sidecar, but both wheels are driven? That's fucking interesting.
No, I've not seen that one.
I'm trying to remember who makes it, but yeah, that's kind of really, really weird.
The one with
I hadn't realised
the big balloon tyres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The level of engineering on this, there's little ducts that come off a shroud over the exhaust, and they run warm air into the front of the sidecar to keep the passenger warm.
And it's shafty.
Yeah, of course it's shaft drive, no chain.
Do you like a good shafty?
I've heard that.
Yeah, whips and chains are just messy.
That was quite an impressive bit of kit, but I said, I'll tell you what, mate, I'll stick to me Honda. I ain't got room for that in the garage anyway, and I certainly couldn't afford it. Yeah, he's done thousands of miles on it. He rides it all over the place.
I still want to pick up an old XT500. One, because I don't like my left shin very much, and two, because they just go on forever.
Yeah, they do.
And for people that don't understand the reference, they've only got a kickstart, and you try kicking over a single-cylinder 500cc motorbike. It ain't easy.
No.
Which is why we like the Honda, because they actually put a compressor lever on it.
Well, there you are, Terry. That was the that's the other motorcycle type effort that they had.
Oh.
I think that would actually do me better, farmers.
What, the Kettencrad?
Yeah. Well, around there.
Oh God, yeah.
Because my balance ain't exactly what it used to be either, and that would definitely get me around off road, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. There's still quite a few of them.
The Banana Bunch.
Oh, they were were they 6 or 8 wheeled ATVs?
6-wheel ATVs. Now that would suit out. You just have to put a door on it so it's easy to get in.
No, I like the look of that. That'd suit me well.
Yeah, there's still quite a few around, but they're really holding their price at the moment. Let's have a look. Kettencrad for sale.
What we need is somebody to do a replica one. Oh no, they'd probably be just as expensive as originals, wouldn't they?
I would think so, yeah.
What we need is a little collective and someone that's got a decent garage.
Oh, there's one here for. How old's this? There's one in Paris going for between 50 and 80,000 euros. That's quite cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes Paul. Must be bedtime.
I've seen those. I've been shown pictures of a very nice off-road powered, electrically powered wheelchair that has a seat that will allow you to be stood up in it as well.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So basically you can use it for going deer hunting and stuff like that. Built in the States, yeah, they start at $25,000.
Bloody hell! Wow, you don't really want one that much, do you?
Well, apparently the streamer's tanked, says John Rapp. I still see it moving.
I'm just gonna wave it myself, and in a bit I'll wave back. Hello.
Seems to be working for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all there for me.
Yes, Elmix. There was a whole series of those sort of like tracked
No,
vehicles.
the stream's fine. It's just basically got paused. So if anyone's watching, just hit live again.
No,
Yeah,
I just saw me waving at myself. Yeah, there was a whole series of what they called universal carriers. The most famous is the Bren gun carrier. But there's a whole raft of them.
I don't know that I'd get in a universal carrier.
No, you might struggle to get in them because you've got to climb up, haven't you?
Not just that. Have you seen how bloody narrow they are?
Oh yeah, the tiny little things.
I don't know. That I'd get. I don't know that I'd get this bit between the back and the steering wheel.
Do you know, none of us got the joke.
John, go to your room.
Yeah. The stream has tanked.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go to your room, John. Now.
Of course I missed it, talking about my favourite subject. Well, one of them anyway.
Yeah, I thought as we weren't talking about proper tanks, we might get away with it because it's sort of a bit car related for Terry.
Yeah, sort of. It's got wheels. It's got a motor.
Well, I did go. The whole reason of me going last Saturday was to go and see an armoured car.
Whoosh is right. A whole damn flock of them.
Yeah, lots of whooshes. Oh, it's better. And actually, if I'd had the tickets, I'd be down at Bovington today. Well, or tomorrow.
Can't do that to me, John. I talked to Brian Leakey this morning. My brain is mush.
Oh, you didn't, did you?
Yeah.
You foolish person.
I know.
Come on, man.
I have to say, I think my favourite one for Mushu Heads is Dyslow. He's the guy that does the dielectric properties of toroidal fields, which allows a access to the substrate of matter, showing that all things are electrically connected.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that as well, yeah.
Ken Wheeler, basically. He's a Ken Wheeler fan.
Yeah. Uncle Fester.
I've got so many memes for that.
I bet you have, yeah.
He just reads that script.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's quite funny when you try and get them to explain what dielectrics was. You know, the first time we tried to do that was so funny. And I said, you do know another name for a dielectric is an insulator. just putting that out there.
Yeah.
Hey,
the dielectric field. I'm still wondering about that one. Is that like a football field?
No, that's where the barley is growing.
Yeah.
I think it's an area of flirty potentiality.
I was going to say, you do realise that everything can be a conductor, provided you have a big enough potential difference.
I've got enough shocks in my life to realise that fact.
I thought a conductor was the bloke that stood in front of the band and waved his stick.
That too, yes.
Yes. It's when you stand in front of the equipment and point at it without touching it, and it goes, "Nah, I'm going to bite you anyway." That you have to.
That's not a big enough gap you've left. I can jump that. Thank you very much.
I remember discharging a monitor, and someone handed, normally you use a couple of screwdrivers to do it, and the bastard handed me a screwdriver, and I didn't notice it had a metal rim and a stud through it. Fortunately, I do it one-handed, but I still did like an impression of Salmon Man for about a minute.
Yeah.
This is why you want to use a proper Brinkley stick, and the 1 meg ohm resistor really, the big old resistor in there really helps as well. Stops it going sparky spark.
I still think one of the coolest things, I had a friend in him, and he lives in America now. I was kind of lost touch with him, but Steve, if you're out there, fucking get in touch, you bastard. But he was he was a mad engineer. I mean, the guy was just insane. And one of my favorite things that he did was he used to make lasers. So he had massive capacitors. I mean, I've seen microfarad capacitors, but before him, I'd never seen a 10 or a 50 farad capacitor.
Farad? What? God.
Basically, he was doing work. He was doing some work for London Underground, and that's where he got them from.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
And they're like the size of fucking oil drums, and he actually vaporized a spanner just for a laugh. That made a very, very loud noise.
The sorts of capacitors that have a big notice on the side that says, if the two contacts are not shorted together, this thing will kill you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that thing would kill you. There is no doubt about that. That's not a small electrical burn. That is literally, you decided to take your entire one side of your surface, your skin off, and probably a bit more.
Because they will self-charge out of the atmosphere to tens and tens of thousands of volts.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. They used to take a long time to charge them up, put it that way. Yeah, I was thinking if we could build something like this with a door. Just trying to remember how to share screen on this thing. It's the button called share screen. How convenient.
That'd be it.
I think if we get one of those with a door, that would be the Alamobile. And rather than have a bench, actually have a seat that comes out and then sort of like powers in. Because I doubt you'd be doing much water work, so it wouldn't really matter for it to keep it waterproof. But those things go, and they're wide enough that they won't just tip over at a moment's notice. Which is why I hate quad bikes.
Not what quad bikes. I always come up to a corner and nearly take myself off as I put my foot down. I spent all that time riding motocrosses and dirt bikes. You come to a corner, you put your inside foot somewhere adjacent to the front wheel spindle. Don't do that on a quad bike.
When I got my sort of Honda, because I've been used to high bikes, which have got more than about a 30-degree fucking lean.
Yeah.
I've literally worn one of my pegs off. And now I stick the heel of my foot out, so the heel hits first, and I know, that's the limit. So now I've got boots that have got both heels sort of like very worn down a little bit on one side.
I have to remember when if I'm going into and around Milton Keynes, is to make sure that both feet I'm just sort of toes on the foot peg and not the whole foot, because otherwise you know if you're doing a right hand turn, you're getting in close to that curb on the roundabout, and the number of times I'll scrape my bloody boot on them.
I used to have to go up to Mercedes-Benz up in Milton Keynes lot. One of these sites. But yeah, it's an interesting place to ride a bike in Milton Keynes.
Yes.
Straight road, roundabout. Straight road, roundabout. Straight road, roundabout.
That's it. And most of it's 70, because most of it's, national speed limit dual carriageway, and it seems that everybody else doesn't know that. Or I'm turning right in 3 roundabouts time. Oh.
I always thought that, if you got 2 lanes and a hard barrier in between, that was still 60. And it was only when I did a speed awareness course about 15 or 16 years ago that I learned that.
If you took a tennis ball and tried to roll it from one side of the road to the other, if you can, it's not a dual carriageway. There only has to be generally a curb. It doesn't have to be a fence. It doesn't have to be Armco. It doesn't have to be anything at all except a bit of grass. But if there's curbstones, that's a dual carriageway. Because I've done 1 or 2 speed awareness courses as well. But I knew that anyway, because he'd put up a photo and say, is this a dual carriageway? And I just went, well, yes. And everybody else went, no, it's not. It's only 1 lane each. I said, yeah, but they're separated. Yeah. Each lane's separated. So it's a dual carriageway. Yeah.
You mean like that little bit of back lane up near Tunstead that we've got?
Yeah, there's dual carriageway with only 1 lane per side, but it's still classified as a dual carriageway because each side is separated by a curb.
Bit like the one between Southwold and Lowestoft on the A whatever it is.
God, I ain't been out that way in the dog's age. I can't remember.
Oh, I don't know. They've done a lot of what. It's not even called the A. It's not even called the A12 anymore through Lowestoft. The A12 doesn't run through Lowestoft anymore. It's the A47 that now runs through Lowestoft.
Yeah, the A47 is the one that goes up the coast, isn't it?
No.
Is that the one that goes to Norwich?
Traditionally, the A12 ran from London to Great Yarmouth.
Yeah.
Went through Lowestoft. The A47 started at Great Yarmouth, ran through Norwich and Kings Lynn out to Leicester.
Yes.
Yeah, because the A10 starts at the Marylebone Road and ends at Kings Lynn.
And it crosses. Yeah, because the 47 crosses the top of the 47 crosses the top of the A11 and the A10, and crosses the A1 at some point as well. But no, they renumbered it all, and now the A47 turns right at Great Yarmouth and goes down to about Southwold.
We do like Southwold.
Oh well, we'll wind it up now, guys.
Yeah, that's good, because I'm going to do some cooking in a second.
Well, thanks, Alan. Thanks, Farmer. Thanks, Blue. Thanks for coming in late, Dross. And Paul's not here, so we missed out on Paul. He had to go.
Yeah.
Every time you do one of these, Terry, I always catch it 3 minutes before you finish.
Yes.
Well, I can't start any later.
No. It was brilliant. It was the fact I actually managed to get in 20 minutes before you finish.
Yeah.
Really good.
Exactly.
Makes a change.
Thanks, Elmix. Blue's doing what's Blue doing? Is that a clap or a wave? I can't tell.
I'm waving.
Oh, you're waving. You're waving. Okay.
Yeah, that's not the
Dave,
clap.
Clive, John, 9 o'clock, Dora, Rim Fondle, Stevie B. Who else we had out there? Anamorphic Mind, Fred Bailey, Zeblon. Oh, there was a Jose. Dora.
He did appear briefly.
Yeah. A Timbo Turtle. I think they were naked before, but I fixed it. We didn't want a naked turtle.
Room Frondle, because he's got such a good name.
Yeah. Thurston the second. Irish Stew, Dave Cannabis, Anamorphic Mind, Tiny Captain.
Oh, actually, shout out to Tiny Captain. I've been liking your work recently. We need to talk.
Okay. Well, you can come over to Discord if you want. So you can have a chat over there. Critical Cupcake. Who else? Did I say Zebulon? Still going up. Oh, Jeranurism. Fred Knotts. Oh, and Jezza. And if you haven't got me Discord link, just say so and I'll post it out there for you. One for the road. Okay. Who's that guy?
Let's just say the right hand side of his face is a bit compressed. The left hand side of his face is a bit stretched out.
Aha.
And his first name's Christian.
Ah, the Doppler shift.
Yep.
Dora says, till next time, thanks all. Thanks for the entertainment and dirt. Are we in that order? Okay.
Somebody stuck it on Facebook and it came up on my thingy.
No one sounds like they want to get Discord out there. Alright then. Alright, I already said goodnight, panel. Night, Peanuts.
Good night, Peanuts.
Good night, Peanuts.
Good night, Peanuts.
Any wise words for the Peanuts before we go?
Level is horizontal.
Have the courage to change the things that you can and the grace to accept the things you can't.
And the wisdom